Yeah, it's perfect. Alright, so we left off on the amazing day called the rescue arc. And everyone, I'm sure, is fully caught up because you were all there. We all left off on the part where your characters are getting ready for a new day and getting very much prepared for an exclusive visit from the pro hero Magnata. And she's going to make just a temporary appearance just to show you guys how to be better at saving. And Alpha Knight is going to be there as the lead, once again, just to help with Magnata and to show different examples of how they both save people. Your teacher as well will be there as well. And of course, this is unusual because normally the event just includes Magnata and Alpha Knight. But due to the recent events of what you heard yesterday over the news of pro heroes are quitting and retiring early because of the built on the lie thing, for some odd reason the school is requiring now an extra teacher be present. So your homeroom teacher has opted to come and actually join as backup. Though he isn't much of a saving person, he's merely there just for support.
And security.
And security.
You gotta train them hero kids good.
Gotta train them up good. But with that, we'll start off with the morning as it is. And you guys are all waking up to a beautiful day. It's beautiful. I'm gonna switch.
Did you just make that joke?
Which one? There's several different memes regarding that.
Never mind.
So unintentionally, the answer is yes. Alright, let's switch it to some classy music that I can't hear, but everyone else can. Yay! Oh, I can hear it this time. This is great.
It just wants to prove you wrong.
It just wants to. Only because the protagonist Kun allowed it. That's what happened. Okay, perfect. So you guys wake up to a pretty blissful morning. You see frickin' Fukiko. She's on top of the head of Thor Beldor, and she's just yawning as she's stretching and like patting his head, creating a little nest, it looks like, as he's just walking around. He seems happy and annoyed at the same time, but they're just walking around the hallways, you know, just getting ready. And of course, everyone else is doing their thing. As per usual, Carmine still hasn't got out of his bed, and in the rich dorm, which that's where Carmine is, you see the two Quirkless brothers doing their training in the lobby, while the waiters are just clapping and saying, "Ah, good job, Quirkless heroes! Good job, good job."
Wait, what were the Quirkless heroes doing?
Oh, they're practicing their flail techniques on a target in the lobby that they set up.
Wait, hold up. I thought Carmine was in the poor people dorm.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know why. I think he was there visiting. That's why I assumed. Anyways, moving on. So, bleh. The only people here these are the rich peoples. And you.
Yeah, we've got the assholes, the quirkless plebs, and the pervs here.
and protagonist Kun, so it makes a perfect fit. Oh, and don't forget about the genius.
What's up?
Not you. Close. Close. If you were only on his level. Get on his level. I'm just messing with you. You are pretty smart, though. If out of all the characters, though, you're probably one of the smarter ones, actually. In all reality.
Mm-hmm.
Just acknowledgement. That's it.
Yep.
I like it. It's super humble. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, you guys kind of take the floor here. Does anyone want to do anything special with this morning?
I'll probably watch the Quirkless kids for a little bit.
That sounds fine. They take note of you watching, but, you know, they don't give you too much attention. Besides, you hear their petty arguments about how they should be either more unified or they should really show how individual that they can be, etc. so forth. But besides that, they keep practicing, and from what you can see, they're very skilled with these flails. You can imagine, based on the circumference and the atoms in the air, and how they're moving slightly to the left, that those things weigh at least 300 pounds each.
Yikes.
But that's just anime. That's your anime logic kicking in. Cough, cough, / real world.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'll watch it for a little bit. I'm probably not going to get anything interesting out of them right now, and if there's a side quest assigned to them,
There's always a side quest assigned to every character.
Well, right now it's not a good time to initiate said side quest.
That's fine. Alright. Anybody else want to do anything?
I will eat breakfast.
Okay. Seems pretty legit. Anything special? The waiters say, and we have creme de la creme, and then we have eggs and biscuits, and...
Walks right past him grabs a bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
As they continue yammering on about the different types of Cocoa Puffs that there is, but of course you've already made your selection. But yes, you get the Cocoa Puffs and your sister sits down next to you with a different brand of Cocoa Puffs. It says, this one's better.
Okay.
Come on, bro, try it. Open wide. Ah, as she sticks her spoon in hand towards your mouth as the milk begins dropping on the table.
He just eats it. There's no point arguing.
And she says, see, isn't it better? She gets this really big grin like she's expecting you to say yes.
Goes back to eating cereal.
She's like, I told you, bro, but, maybe you should be considerate and, I don't know, get rid of the garbage in front of you? Huh? She gives you this wry smile.
I'm getting rid of it by putting it in my stomach.
She just gets that pouty, chibi face and says, you're no fun, big bro, and goes back to happily eating her different brand of cereal. By the way, you excited? I created gear perfect for helping people this time. I call it the Helpatronic Amatter Anator 3400.
That name is way too long.
That's what I thought too, but I thought of the Jontron, but then that made no sense, but it sounded so catchy. And then my other name was just Helping Hand, and then the other name, and she starts going down this list of like 1,000 different names. Eventually she just gets down to the Handy. And what do you think? Which one's better?
Jewel considers this with a smirk and says, you know what? The Handy suits you best.
That's what I was thinking too. I should have gone with that. Was my second favorite. The Handy. Oh, that's perfect. I'll give everyone a handy. It'll be perfect. See? It's a great catchphrase. She smiles innocently.
Yep.
You kind of see, you notice on this, the people that overheard your conversation were the quirkless guys, and they actually messed up their shot and kind of, like, chuckled. You notice this. As you're like, come on, bro, just keep going, keep practicing. Oh, do you think that they're overexerting themselves? Your sister asks.
Maybe you should give them a handy.
Well, if they ever need a handy for my special handy, well, let me tell you, big bro, they're gonna... She stops for a second and gets this, like, really shocked look on her face. And she says, Big bro, you perv!
Look who's talking.
She's like, you got a fair point. I can't even... Screw this. She throws the device on the ground and, like, stomps on it. Says, I'm disgusted by my own creation now. I already gave it a name and everything. I can't go back on that. Back to the drawing board. She begins writing out designs for a new device without hands.
You gotta hand it to her. She's determined.
You gotta hand it to her. She continues to eat her cereal, but says nothing more on this matter. Anything else special you want to do?
Nope.
Okay, Alpha, how's the poor side of school coming for you? Yeah, it is pretty much eh. You notice that your Psyduck has gone off to cause trouble again.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
That's kind of his thing.
He just waddled out this door this morning and just said Psyduck in the usual Psyduck way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm still half asleep a little bit.
Did you take a nap beforehand at a game?
I've been sick for the last, 3 days, so yes.
That sucks. Are you feeling better yet at a game?
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright. Thanks, out of game. Okay. Moving on, back in game. As far as you can tell, the kind of trouble he's gotten into is not perverted related, because you haven't heard any screams in the past 15 minutes. But you know he's up to no good.
That's fine by me. It's not my problem right now. Until it is my problem, I have things to do.
As you think this, you get a phone call in your room from the automated bio phone in your dorm room.
You mean inside me?
Yes.
No.
Alright.
The caller ID says bombshell.
Yes.
She says, "What the f..." and bleep.
Yes.
Okay, how many times do I have to say, keep an eye on your frickin' Psyduck, as you hear Psyduck in the background. Psy!
Yeah, just squish him. He'll get better.
I did. The problem is he already caused the damage. Do you want to know what he did?
Probably groped you again.
Even worse. Okay, yes, he did do that, but that's not the worst part of it. I squished him for that too. He ruined all the medical records for everyone.
What? Okay.
Uh-huh.
He and not just the paper ones. He somehow managed to hack the PCs and then delete all your medical records.
Do you really think he's that smart?
You know what? Psyduck surprises me sometimes, so I squished him at least 10 times for this. But due to this, after tomorrow, because we can't do it today, but we have to have another physical for everyone. We know you already did one, but we lost all the records, and we're just gonna have to do another one. So I'm just saying, you're getting detention for a full day for this.
You heard him. You heard her, Psyduck. You have detention.
That's not what it. She grunts. Fine, Psyduck, you have detention. She says, sighs, like, Psy! No, Psy! He screams aimlessly in the background. So anyways, just know because of your frickin' Psyduck shenanigans, not only does he get detention, but we're going to have to redo all the physicals, which means the physical exam, and, well, not like the physical part, but like just doing physical testing to make sure you're healthy, and the blood tests. So we can send the blood work back to the labs.
Or I could just get that done before.
Look, we'll do it professionally. We have to do it with the paperwork. Just know what's coming. We'll be doing an announcement, so that way tomorrow we'll get it all done. As long as nothing terrible happens.
All right. now that I know this is happening in advance, I need to make my blood gravy temporarily just to fuck with them.
You can do so as long as you provide an actual substance of blood. But yes, you can F with them initially out of game. She just sighs again. She's like, can you just keep a better eye on your Psyduck?
Meh. He doesn't listen to me.
I figured you were going to say that. Anyways, I'm going to teach him a lesson. I've got 10 more beatings for him today. She cracks
Oh, he
her
hates it
knuckles.
when you put him in the gallon jug.
She says this one, as you hear a shaking in the background, like a gallon jug shaking.
Oh, he hates it even more if it was used for urine earlier.
You hear think audibly. Okay. You hear glee at the other end of the line and hangs up.
Yep, because I'm an asshole.
All you hear in your mind is sigh!
Maybe you'll learn your damn lesson.
The sighing stops as you can only feel anguish as the feeling goes away.
Yep. This is why I have zero control over that duck.
And with that, on cue, attention everyone, we are redoing the physicals, including the blood test and the paperwork. Please make sure to report to the medical room tomorrow, as long as nothing crazy happens.
Okay.
Why do I feel like adding that last part is a bad thing?
Because it always is.
Attention, nothing bad will happen. Wait, why did they put that in the note? What do you mean I'm making a complete fool of myself again? Dadgummit! Boop!
$5 says Overwatch did just to make her look stupid. Or Watchmen, I mean.
Out of game, you're not wrong. Back in game. With that, anything else you guys want to take care of before we move on to the class part of section?
Let's eat the
Nothing I
bridge.
can think of.
All right. And with that, let's put the...
I'll give a sigh whenever they announce that we gotta retake the medical tests.
Your sigh is successful.
Sigh?
Critical success.
Critical success size. And with that, you guys are back at the front of school as everyone's kind of gathered. Well, just class 101, to be honest. And Watchman's just kind of waiting at the front of school for everyone. Of course, the first one to show up is always Shaden.
Yep.
As it's just like, what's up?
Hello.
Another uneventful day.
Another day of hating life.
You know, one of these days, you're gonna be a crappy hero, just like I was.
You used the wrong tense. You meant are.
Do you actually say this to him?
With a cheeky grin, yes.
As you pop out of nowhere, he says, yes, good correction, just like I am right now. You'll however make a great anti-hero, just like I am.
Passable.
You just don't know me. Actually, there's not enough objective proof to show that I was a great anti-hero. Often I did all the frickin' work. Frickin' piece of crap.
Nothing new then.
Don't get me wrong, I like the guy. He's a great hero and everything, but he just doesn't leave any for the rest of us. Not that I'm complaining, I do like peace.
You literally just complained.
He says, you got a point. Look, even though I'm complaining, peace is pretty cool. But boring. It's boring. And the SJWs have nothing to complain about, so they keep making up things, so that's the only thing I get to fight against. Online internet trolls, and they're immortal. I can never get rid of them fast enough.
I wonder if I could make a virus that would work through computer viruses.
You know, I've been talking to Kokoro about that for the past 5 years, and she still won't budge on it. She says it's quote-unquote illegal. Pfft, when have I ever done things legally? I mean, cough, legally.
I'm not wondering if I should, I'm wondering if I could.
Well, the question is, if I could get Kokoro to do it, then I probably could get rid of a few internet trolls I've been dying to get rid of.
Alright, so, class day.
Oh yes, we're just waiting for the rest of these hooligans to show up.
Eatlings retrieve.
Heatlings go out and they see a squirrel and start chasing after it.
I want to be surprised, but I'm not.
Eventually a squirrel is captured and shredded.
More biomass, I guess.
They look like they've done a good job and, you know, signal back retrieved, question mark.
I just shake my head in shame that they are attached to me.
With that, the rest of the peoples start showing up. All the peoples. It didn't take them too long to finally start catching up. But they did. And here they are. Catching up with everyone. It's great. It's good stuff. Everybody's here. Well, mostly everyone. Okay, I think that's pretty much everybody. Everybody. No? Okay, just me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sure there's more to the song, but I can't put my finger on it, so sorry.
I don't even know the song all the way, so I'm not even going to try any further than what I just did. Okay. He says, okay, everyone, to the underground lab, which is somewhere under here. So follow me. We're going back. You know the usual route. And he starts walking towards the biodome.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was Thunderdome.
Thunderdome! Copyright. If I could only use Thunderdome. So I don't need you. I don't need you. Don't need you.
I look forward to the Aquadome.
The Aquadome. It technically is an Aquadome. Because it's so far under sea level. So you're not wrong in thinking it's an Aquadome.
But is there water in the dome?
There's water around the dome.
Then it's not an Aquadome.
Okay, then why is it not an Aquadome? Because it doesn't have water in it?
Yeah, it would be an aerodome.
So it's an aerodome.
Yes, aerodome.
Okay, so it's an aerodome then. Sue me.
Alright, for what?
Everything.
$50 billion
$1 million.
in coupons.
Coupons. Coupons. That's ridiculous. I mean, even on my level of ridiculousness, that is pretty ridiculous. Out of game. Not Rito. We need the cool person. Izuma Tomoya. Or Tamiya, it's actually Tamiya.
I'm gonna use those coupons for?
Porn.
$5.
That'll do, that'll do. That'll do, Todd. That'll do. Alright, let's get that training music. Let's see, come on. It's gonna work? Oh my gosh, I can hear it still! I'm sorry, I'm happy you get to hear music. That's just, that makes my day. Okay, look, it's just been 2 sessions since I've heard music. This just makes me happy.
You could have listened to music at any time we weren't playing.
Just during, while we're playing, you know, it's the ambiance. Anyways, I'm moving on. I'm getting caught off guard, getting distracted. Oh yeah, Cado's not here. Bummer.
Neither's Bojangles.
Who's Bojangle?
Spooky Spooky Skeletons.
Technically he's in the class, but yeah, you're right, he's not here today for whatever odd reason.
He wasn't feeling well, he said.
Someone doused him in vinegar.
Someone doused him in That's evil. That's maniacal. And he's technically not here. So that leaves just the rest of everybody. Cool. Alright, and with that, everybody's here as the elevator starts dropping down. It takes about 15 minutes, as per usual, as Watchman just clicks the news on. He's just like, might as well listen to the news. Oh, and by the way, Alpha Knight should be here. Nope, he says, as he looks at the news. And, as you see on the news, it says, breaking news! Alpha Knight is in fight, currently, with his arch nemesis, Thantos, the purple demon monster from hell. That's a long title. Why did someone give him that name? Okay, anyways. So he's currently engaged in a terrible battle as he wields the power of Gauntlet, which is this golden gauntlet that holds the power to supposedly defeat Alpha Knight. Look, he's struggling! As the camera pans over to Alpha Knight getting blitzed with all kinds of different objects as Thantos is monologuing. Ha 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 ha! Alpha Knight, your demise is mine! I've been given this great gauntlet and a chance to get out of prison to defeat you with a gauntlet that's your only weakness! Ha 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 ha! As you just see Alpha Knight just like, and him having this crazy battle of like epic proportions, and Watchman's just shaking his head. When will Thantos ever learn?
I don't know, but I'm waiting for him to start yelling.
He says, which one? Actually, yes. Let me answer your question. The answer is yes.
He wasn't very creative with his name, was he?
Well, his name is actually Thantos. Whichever mother named him that was just ugh. But he wasn't very creative with the other part. I would give you that. The purple demon monster from hell. Who calls themselves that? Watchman just scoffs.
You gave him a name, didn't you?
Look, if I could have gave him a name, I would have. But technically, the media comes up with the name unless the villain self-proclaims it. He says, look, he pulls up a YouTube video, Thantos' first appearance, and it shows, behold, I am Thantos, the purple demon monster from hell. All shall fear me. And then he pauses it. See? Not like I had a choice.
Maybe it translates better somewhere else.
He says in Japanese it translates much better, and it sounds way cooler in Japanese as he pulls up the Japanese translation.
So what you're saying, he's a filthy weed?
Basically.
Alright, can we have class?
Yeah.
Done the sooner I can sleep.
He's just like, look, this elevator takes forever. We're just do you not want to watch the news while we're passing the time?
Note to self, integrate laptop so I can play Galaxy Craft while waiting.
Smart idea, he says. Anyway, seems like Alpha Knight's gonna be fine. It looks like Alpha Knight's merely distracting him as he moves the civilians away from out of harm's reach. As you can see, he points to the bottom edge of the camera and starts pointing all those civilians Alpha Knight's moving away. It seems like he's clearing a path to use his ultimate move so that way he can get done with this. So he's probably gonna be late.
Whatever.
We should be fine. It's no biggie. Magnata's pretty much just the 4th ranked hero, so it's just a practice session. I'm not sure what everyone's getting on about needing an extra person. You guys technically just needed her and Alpha Knight. Well, anyways, looks like things will be fine as he clicks off the news as you hear, bing! You have arrived. Welcome to the Water Dome, also classified as Air Dome. As it opens up and you see a girl in a Japanese kimono, and she's kind of just standing by and waves at everyone as her beautiful blue hair waves in the artificial wind. As she says, "Hi everyone, my name's Magnata. I'm sure as everyone knows, but you can just call me Tomoya."
I'll nod in understanding.
Of course, she nods back, or it gives actually a bow, like a Japanese like bow. Let's see, I like it organized like this. That's really nice, very nice. Ooh, that's even better. So she says, today we'll be learning quite a bit about how to save people's lives. As you can see, she points at the surroundings, which you guys have been here before, but it seems like it's been reorganized into different environments. So you've got the building zone, you've got a lava zone, you've got an ice zone, you've got a tornado zone, you've got a hurricane zone, you've got the earthquake zone. The what? What did you just say?
Green Hill Zone.
The Green Hill Zone. Yeah, fine. We'll have a Green Hill Zone. You never know when you're gonna have to save people on loop-de-loops and inside bird cages.
It's just a joke, dude.
Anyways, she's just pointing at all different areas. We reorganized this for the specific purpose of training in specific zones, and Watchman's gonna be the test dummy. Watchman just looks around and says, "I'm literally here for backup. I am not being your dummy." "Please, Watchman," she says. And he says, "Only because I know you'll make gravity on me 10 times harder if I actually don't oblige." He sighs.
Then why did you fight it to begin with?
Say what? Sorry, repeat that again, out of game?
Why did you even fight it if you knew that's how that was going to end?
He just says, look, you know, it's called free agency. I wanted to see if she'd go with it. She didn't. Look, I could be hopeful, okay? For once in my dang life.
Let's see how that goes.
You'd be surprised how often it's gone wrong.
I'll shrug.
With that, she's like, okay, let's get started. If you'll follow me. As she takes a step and then she hears squish, she says, huh, that's weird. That wasn't here last time.
I look at the ground.
You
like
look at
where my feet are. See if anything's off.
You don't notice anything wrong with where your feet is, but where Magnata originally was, there's nothing there. So, like, there's this, like, shoe standing right in front of the elevator, like 10 feet from it. But the instant she took a step back, you heard a squish. Like, the floor just sounded weird. And she says, "That's very strange. I got here earlier, and there wasn't this goop everywhere. Is this just random?" She looks around, and you guys can see, like, this... The surface of the floor is glistening. And it's kind of moving. Not like a wave, per se, but it's just kind of moving in different directions at its own will. The glistening.
I will take a sample.
It actively moves away from you.
From me?
Yes.
I try to walk towards it to see what it does.
It just, it basically keeps doing a circle around you and just, wherever you walk, it's dry.
It knows better.
But everyone else, the liquid starts encroaching closer to you. But eventually you do catch up with it, Alpha. As you step on a squishy spot, it's just really slow, and you can collect the sample. No problem.
Analyze.
It's saliva.
But yeah,
Get back
Jewel
in
is...
the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm yelling that. Get back in the elevator.
As you yell that, the lights go... At least the light in the elevator goes out, but the artificial lights don't go out. As you hear like something shutting down.
I can get out of the elevator.
Well, it's not like you can stay in the elevator, it's just the door is not closing or opening.
Well, I'm not staying in the elevator in case it, decides to crash.
We're on the bottom floor.
Yeah, you're at the bottom floor, so it's not like you would crash, just not going up either. And you know that the elevator's the only thing keeping this thing from floating, going down the depths of the ocean. With a couple other support mechanisms, but they're attached to the elevator too.
That seems like very poor thought out design.
It was designed by the greatest minds, I'll have you know.
So, Alpha Knight said this looks cool, let's build it?
Technically, yes, but that's besides the point. He said, "Can it work?" And they said, "Yes, it can."
Good enough for me.
Anyway, I'm gonna... If you don't mind, I just want to see what happens if I try shooting it.
Okay. You fire away and it creates a splash. And the saliva starts coming up on the bullet and just coats it.
Alright, I'm gonna analyze what the saliva looks like, because now I'm being paranoid.
But, so what are you gonna do with the saliva?
Try and analyze it using things that I do.
It's, as far as you can tell, okay, I already gave you what you can tell off. Give me a smart roll, based off your, your smart analyzing.
I was gonna say, do you want me to use invention for this? Because it's still bio stuff?
You're not really creating anything, so I'd say smart's a bit more apt.
So 4 dice then.
It's 4 dice. That's fine. You got a 6.
That is not 4 dice. There we go, that's still 6.
It's still 6. From what you can tell, it's living saliva. In other words, even though it's unattached from the host, it still has a mind of its own. But it's so basic that it only as far as you can tell, it lives for the purpose of one purpose, or one goal. It's very one-track minded.
Which is?
Couldn't really gather much without further analyzing.
Well, it has a simple neural network, right?
Correct. As far as you can tell, observation-wise, it seems just wants to coat things.
I don't think you heard what I said half jokingly. I'm going to hack the saliva.
Okay, you can hack one saliva, that's fine.
Although
You must create an antibody.
Wait, it's not like on a network? I thought it was working together. Never mind then.
If they're all individual cells with one
then.
single purpose, it would take a long time.
Actually, would it be possible for him to create an anti-saliva from the saliva?
Theoretically, if you had the materials.
Anybody want to volunteer biomass?
I mean, on the scale, it would take quite a bit of biomass.
Wait, I could theoretically make something that makes the saliva turn into something that attacks other saliva.
That's what I was saying.
Make it its own weakness.
Again, you'd have to do you have the biomass for that. I'd just say you'd need to sacrifice a minion for that.
Alright.
But do you want to shit. Yeah. So you can make a biomass that has the single intention of eating this biomass.
Go get it.
Okay. So dissolving your biomass, you finally make a bit of saliva that starts eating the saliva. I'd say with a +5, give me another roll with 7 dice for the biomass to see how much it eats before it dissipates.
Why would it dissipate if it's gaining biomass by eating more biomass?
I'm assuming it can't infinitely eat.
Yeah, but I could take the biomass to then reconstitute the original minion.
So, again, you can do that. It'll just take time. I just want to see how successful it is in time.
Right, so +5 to the total or +5 dice?
Just
you mean?
Give me 7 dice roll to see how successful it is in eating.
Alright, roll 6.
Yes. Okay, that's perfect. So that was your new roll right there? The 6. Okay, perfect. So it does the job it's supposed to do. In other words, in time, it will eat probably the entrance. But before, it really starts going anywhere, you start seeing, these, cartoonish Acme portals start popping up everywhere.
I pull out my guns and just am ready to shoot at something. But I'm not going to shoot at it until I know what it is.
Watchman gets a wide-eyed look and runs towards the front with Magnata and says, it says, "Students, stand back."
Lol.
As these portals just start popping up everywhere. Foof, foof, foof. And you start seeing, a bunch of, ninja-esque people starting to pop out of them. Let's pull out some more ninjas. I'm going to pull out a whole bunch, don't get me wrong. But at least...
While they're being cinematic, the Yeetlings are pouring out of me.
Okay.
Fuck them.
The 5 Yeetlings, I imagine?
4. Or 3. 3.
Oh, right.
Remember I put it down to minions too?
You did put it down to me, so it's the 3 Yeetlings pour out of you. I keep forgetting that you did that.
I needed the point strong, so I was, an actual threat.
This is fair. Let's see, and then we'll pull out this one as well.
Okay, so we got a hollow.
That's actually not a hollow. That's from the Evangelion.
Hollow light.
It's much bigger than hollow. Let's put it like that. What are you doing, dummy?
Well, I mean, some of them hollows are pretty fucking big. I would like to remind you.
Yeah, I don't think they were as big as a Evangelion monster. I'm gonna be frank.
The Gigans.
They were bigger than buildings.
But the Evangelion and the guys were way big, 10 times bigger than buildings. Good to put that out there. I think they're actually, on second thought, some of them were relatively the same size. I changed my mind.
Yeah. You better, bitch.
I just thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. He's right.
I mean, they were way thinner, mind you, but they were skinny boys, them tall ones.
You're not wrong. Anyways, again, they just start popping up everywhere. You see, 2 people that are different, but the rest are all wearing relatively similar clothing. But you can tell that Watchman has this very serious look in his eyes, and Magnata just looks super confused. She says, "Watchman, what's wrong?" "Not enough time to explain. It's Outer Haven. I didn't think these guys would pop up here."
What?
I'm sorry, I just heard Outer Haven and I thought Metal Gear.
You're not wrong for thinking that. But,
Snake!
Again, the people start pouring out of those portals, they actually... One of them walks up to the front, along with the other one. Hold on, I'm gonna put this guy back here. Oof. Sweet. I like organized. OCD! And he's just like, Watchman, the fabled assassin hero, and Magnata! Let me guess, you're gonna end this fight in the blink of an eye. No matter. He just flicks a switch, and you hear the whole dome starts to shake, as you guys kind of start feeling the sink. As Magnata just reaches her hand out towards the top of the building, and you see her like starting to sweat profusely at this point. As she's like, oh, clever. Well, at least you saved everyone from sinking now. That is quite a shame. I thought we'd all die a perilous death in the depths. How long can you hold for that for more, Magnata? She's like, you won't get away with this, whoever you are. And he says, oh, but we will. But where's Alpha Knight? We were told he was going to be here. No matter. Yeah, we still have to deal with... Maybe if we hold enough hostages, we'll get him to come faster. Speaking of which, Watchman, I've got a present for you as well. Watchman immediately gets this wide-eyed look, as the guy pulls out this rather large gun and says, you think you can dodge this? And he says, everyone duck!
Jewel immediately ducks.
Do I need to defend for Magnata?
No. Magnata and Watchman are in like two different spots, but everyone behind Watchman needs to duck, he's saying.
I go to Magnata and try and...
You get closer you get to Magnata, the slower you get. You remember that her quirk affects her direct area as well. So if you get too close, you'll start getting weighed down.
I'll back up a little.
You get out of her effective range. As you do this, you see a bright light, and this is fairly blinding for half a second. As you see, Watchman is now on the ground, face down and very charred. And you see, like, the light from the gun just, like, shrinks into, like, just smoke's coming out of it. Guess he couldn't dodge it, just as the information suggested. And he was too self-prideful to actually not defend the students behind him. This informant's great. Alright, children, if you don't mind, we'll be taking our prize with us. I guess you're not really children, you're more adults in this country, I suppose. Don't bother us, by the way. We'll be gone for a while. Everyone's just kind of in shock. No one's really doing anything. Everyone's kind of got the same expression as like a couple ninjas come and grab the unconscious body of Watchman and start dragging him away. As Magnus just like, no, Watchman! We can't let him get away with this! And they're like, just bring Alpha Knight. It's as simple as that. Unless any of you are feeling quite heroic. We'll be on the other side of the building. Try not to, overstress yourself, Magnata. And they start walking the other direction. No rush.
I'm gonna take a shot at the leader.
Alright.
Jewel will stop you saying, we'll go after them, but we'll go after them when we have a plan.
Okay, then I take back my shot.
Okay, so as you put up your guns, he says that, and you just reframe as, you see that guy in the, yellow ninja armor. He has this metallic grin as his, faceplate comes up, and then he just looks at you as you put the guns down, and the faceplate goes down as he smiles again and says, so much for being a hero, and keeps walking.
Oh, he did not. He did fucking not.
He did. He did, out of game.
Wait, what did he do?
He totally didn't anger me enough for me to throw a giant bone spike at his back.
Alright, the faceplate goes up again, so do you actually throw the bone spike?
I am prideful son of a bitch, so yes.
Okay. So, let's pull up his character sheet. It's going to be lots of fun now. Okay. There he is. No, wait, I thought he was over here. Ah. So he kept pulling up the wrong one.
How many freaking slades did you bring?
Enough. So he got an A as he merely just pulls out one of his swords and, you know, chops the bone spur in half, causing it to lose a bunch of a momentum. But without looking at it, really. And just sheathes his sword again. He says, "At least there's one hero among you."
Okay, now I'm shooting, because...
As he keeps walking, they're going to keep walking towards the end of the thing, but you're still within range if you want to shoot him.
I just did. I mean, I'm not going to be outdone.
Just because one person decides to be a hero doesn't mean you all have to be heroes. Jeez.
I don't know, like...
And he, like, in a split second, you didn't even see this time, but the bullet gets chopped into 4 pieces. And just...
Jesus, a fucking 18?
And he just goes ching ching ching. If he were to slow it down with the camera, of course. But he just says, and that makes 2 heroes. Wannabe ones, at least. And she's a sword.
Hey, fuck you.
You say that successfully, but he keeps, the army keeps, the small little militia keeps walking towards the end of the thing. This is like, again, like a 3-mile biodome.
Yeah, you remember that thing that I was working on that I was going to say for the sports festival?
Which is still in production, yes.
Yeah, I'm willing to take the chance of it exploding to throw myself at him with this.
Okay, so you wanna...
You will be stopped by Jewel.
Oh no. Oh no, I won't.
Alright, so Jewel, how are you gonna attempt to restrain him?
I'm going to grab him by the shoulder, elbow him in the ribs, and say, "Don't be stupid, we can't beat them in a head-on fight."
Okay, first of all things are possible with enough force.
And even if we could, we'd be outnumbered.
Oh, that reminds me. You never changed the logo for combat things. Let me resend it to you.
What logo?
For character thingy.
Which thing?
For Jean? It was supposed to be that, remember? Though I need to trim it down so it's just the...
Oh, I thought that was your
part.
transformation thing.
The transformation went away, so that's just the standard, remember?
Ah, that's right, that's right. Nope, didn't remember. Thanks for the reminder. I still have it, though. So we should be good. See, look, you're tiny now. Yay.
I should probably be at least 6x's because of unusual size, remember?
There we go. 6x's?
Yeah, probably.
Perfect, I
Off
got
the
it.
size.
Fine, I'll make it bigger. Jeez, making me work.
Wah.
There we go. Happy?
There you go. Yes.
Perfect. So, okay. Anyways, by the way, you can do a grapple if you wish. Grappling is just use a normal attack, and then he defends normally. If you succeed, you successfully catch him in a grapple until he breaks free. If you're actually going to grapple him, but for now it seems like you guys are role-playing, so I'm going to keep letting that roleplay happen until he initiates something.
Yeah.
Can you just trust me when I say there's a reason why I want to get close? And that Red Bull backed me up that there's a damn good reason for me to get into melee?
Not in this case. I wouldn't back you up. Solo.
I can grapple with agile, right?
Just use a standard grapple roll, which would be basically an attack roll since it uses all the same attack stats.
Okay. In that case, so yeah. That would be a 2 plus my agile, which is like a 5, I think.
You should be rolling your agile plus combat expert, plus 2d6.
Which I don't have.
So that would be a what, a 4 then?
A 5.
5, okay, yeah. So it would be a 5. If you're gonna forcibly stop him. Okay. So now, Alpha, you're gonna do a standard defense roll, and you have to roll higher.
So I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh, you're gonna let it go?
Well, one, I only have a 2 dice defense.
Okay, so you're just gonna... Okay, that's fine. So he does initiate the grapple then, since you don't defend. The only way you can get out of it is if he lets go, or you break the roll of a 6.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Alternatively, roll over onto him.
Basically, that's what you'd have to do. As he, gets a firm grip on you and does exactly what he says to do. Continue with your roleplay.
So yeah, Jewel is going to let this man and his group get out of sight and earshot, and then he's just going to let you go.
Okay, this doesn't take too long because there's like a flight of stairs and then a building that they eventually go behind. So there's they eventually just go behind a set of buildings and then you can't see them anymore.
Jewel smiles and says, "Alright, now we get to play hero. And heroes need a plan."
Wait, did they take either of the teachers with them?
They took just Watchmen. As Magnata's just stuck there in front of you guys, you see she's sweating profusely as she's just holding her hand up and she says, "Dang it, if Alpha Knight doesn't get here soon, this is gonna get bad."
Where's the break?
Well, to be honest, she says, yes.
I call a Yeatling over and I give him the creep.
She
It was
says,
designed for this kind of thing, remember?
you're gonna need a lot more than that.
Jewel looks at him and says, "Anyway, we can push it back up?"
Unless you can replace about half a mile worth of steel construction, I think we're in a world of hurts.
Half a mile. I'm going to need some oregano.
She's just like, "Don't worry about me, students. I'll protect you. We must wait for Alpha Knight. Don't be rash," she says as she keeps holding her hand out.
I'm going to pull out my phone and text my father and let him know that I love him.
No signal.
Gosh dang it.
She says, "Yeah, it's kind of bad design having a place where no signal can reach." Oh wait, she says as she struggles with her other free hand and hands you guys, "Here, the teacher's phone. It's the only thing with the signal strong enough." She reaches out to any one of you.
I have a better idea. I'm going to try and reach out to Psyduck.
Okay. Psyduck pops up on your back. Psy!
Wait, why are you here?
Psy begins to explain to you his very immaculate process how he escaped the barrel and then followed in someone's panties all the way down here. Sherry goes, "Eek!"
He's getting spiked.
He is spiked successfully. And as you hear, the equivalent of the Psyduck saying, "Worth it."
I'm gonna take the phone and...
Of course, you can't speak, so that's a problem.
shoot!
Meanwhile, Jewel is gonna place his hands on Carmen's shoulder. Well, he was about to, and then remembers Carmen doesn't like being touched.
And
So
also,
just sort of hovers his hands above Carmen's shoulders and says,
as you do this, before you say anything, you do notice he looks even more traumatized than the day before.
"Yeah."
Just so you know.
So what you're saying is give him a dopamine shot.
Yeah, so Jewel is just gonna say, "Carmen, have you ever played Epic Mickey?"
I just don't understand. How did they know we were gonna be here?
He's getting a sleepy shot.
What's going on? How? He's not really responding to your comment.
Jewel gives him a blank look, and is like, "Carmen, snap out of it!" Click, click, click.
He just shakes his head. You're gonna have to remind me. I'm sorry. It's just, I feel like this could be my path if I'm not careful. And I just, remind me again. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Have you ever played Epic Mickey?
Maybe, yes, I think so.
Good. Make that Mickey, and we can send him off to fix the thing.
He starts jotting down the best as he can, and at that moment you hear a snap. Uh-oh. Anyone else got a pen?
I will roll my dimensional
And he's just like, I'm sorry, I was just so scared, I just snapped it.
Would you mind writing in blood?
Rather
That
not.
is a free.
So you pull out a feather with some ink.
Jewel looks at him and says, "Would this do?"
He says, this will take longer. But it will do, he
Alright.
says.
All right. Jewel looks around and says, "Silva, you can keep an eye on him, right?"
So he's like, you got it, buddy, old pal. Can I like give him a pat on the back? Is he cool with that or something? Your silence is pretty telling. I'm just gonna keep on. It's gonna be you and me, buddy, he says as he fakes an elbow to the elbow. He's like, come on, do your jotting down thing, man. This is taking forever.
Yeah.
And with that, Carmine drops the vial of ink and it shatters. He says, I'll never be an effective hero. Not like this.
Can I make squid ink?
Didn't I tell? I just. You might not have heard me, but I told him he doesn't like being touched.
And I'm like, shoot, I'm sorry. Dude,
Yeah.
bro, I'm so sorry. Gosh dang it, I screwed up. But yeah, you can make an ink vial. Wouldn't take you too much biomass.
Yep. So,
I'm going to pass off the phone to Thomas, the electric guy.
Thomas takes it and he tries dialing and he says, that's weird, why am I get a dialer tone? And then Magnata just sighs. She's like, shoot, it seems like one of their quirks is keeping radio frequencies from getting out from above. That explains it. That's the only reason. It's the only thing that would keep it. Or they must have
something.
Or maybe...
You're watertight. Go get help.
Psyduck just gives you the sigh and walks into the elevator and keeps pressing the button.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Joel walks into the elevator, opens a little grate at the top.
Uh-huh.
Psyduck and throwing him says, "Fly, you fool!"
He splats and slinks through the grate. And as far as you can tell, he's gone.
This is our life now.
Life! You get the equivalent Psyduck of no Gandalf, but it's more comes out in a Psyduck!
Man, if only Reggie were here. He'd know exactly what to do.
Well, I do know one thing we gotta do. Eatlings. Distribute creep. Go.
Where are you distributing the creep?
Oh, I'm gonna distribute it just outside of wherever they are, so that way you can start creeping up on them.
Okay, this will take some time, since they're about, 3 miles out.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, Eatlings are, I think, 3 fast.
Right. Give me a roll for their speed to see how fast it takes them to cover 3 miles.
Yeet! I got the large straight.
Not bad. Let's see. You got a 6. It takes them the average amount of time for, they're definitely like peak of speed. So to cover 3 miles will take them, about 15 minutes, no problem.
Yeah.
So in roughly about 15 minutes time, they'll start spreading some creep in their area. Because it looks like, as far as you know, they're probably going to be gathered in one spot. Unless the Eatlings report back otherwise. By the way, can they be 3 miles out?
We never said anything that they can't be.
Okay, gotcha. So at your current level, they can be 3 miles out and still be controlled.
Okay, so creep's happening. I think Carmine got another ink vial.
Yep.
Psyduck's presumably gone to get help. All right. With that out of the way, Jules says,
Yeah,
all right, so obviously we're going to try and get Watchmen back. We cannot fight those guys head on. So
real quick, you said their peak speed. I need to point out that Usain Bolt runs 30 miles an hour, or sprints.
Mm.
Who would theoretically not have quick 3, so theoretically they could probably do this in less than 10.
Alright, 10 minutes. I can still fight for 10 minutes, that's fine.
Alright.
So 10 minutes from now, they will get there to start spreading some creep. By the way, where are you getting the biomass necessary to spread the creep?
It takes it from the environment, remember?
Okay, there's not a lot of biomass here for
Bacteria counts?
That would take a long time to absorb all that bacteria since it's microscopic.
And saliva stuff. And dead skin cells. Like, literally anything.
Again, that would
It's not always fast, but it's something.
It would take a considerable amount of time. You wouldn't have the same amount of time that you had in the Villain Festival.
Like, the point is like, I'll have some form of facial.
Oh, yeah, you could have some form of creep. That's fine. As long as it takes some time, I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, I think we'll be playing for a while, then we're gonna have to walk over there.
Yeah. The Yeetlings begin
anyway.
to report as they start spreading the creep that one of the ninjas has spotted them and have moved to a different location.
Of course they have.
Apparently they don't want to be
Anyway.
creeped on.
It's not my fault I'm a creeping Tom.
Anyway, as I was saying, Jules saying,
Alright, so obviously some of us want to go help Watchmen. We can't fight those guys head on though, so we're gonna need a plan. Maybe split them up? Jewel looks to everyone else.
Wait,
Or
split them up how?
lure them in differing directions would be one plan.
And then someone sneaks in and grabs Watchmen.
Yep.
Or we have half this distract them with a faked attack, and then the rest of us, shock troop in against the back line.
Theoretically, if we pulled it off right, we could probably lure enough of them away that we can just go in, grab Watchmen, and get out without actually having to do a proper fight with them.
I highly, highly doubt they're going to leave them undefended.
You hear your wannabe girlfriend in the background say, yeah, that's a great idea, sweetie pie. I mean, think about it. If we all went in separate directions and tried to get their attention, I'm sure they know it's a diversion, but they're probably fairly confident. I mean, me as a fighter, if I knew someone was trying to distract me, and I was better than them, it'd probably just be easy for me to get rid of them, and then come quickly back. I would agree with you. I love your plan, darling.
Yes.
She keeps smiling. Do you want to die?
It's overrated.
Fine then. Jeez, you're no fun. Big Sis is like, yay, big bro with a big plan!
I can find a advantageous position and set up a sniper rifle and just keep shooting all the guards that are around Watchmen.
So what you're saying is, I go be big, scary, and intimidating on the front line, and you guys... I am big and slightly terrifying, so it would probably work.
As you say this, you remember that the big Evangelion thing was way bigger than you.
Still, he'll just fall harder. Shut up.
But yes,
Don't
you
take away
are
my
big
fun.
and scary to most of them.
Yeah. Jules says, I reckon we can probably handle the goons. It's those two main guys we gotta worry about.
3. There were 3 of them, I think. Weren't there?
Just this guy
wait,
and
yes.
this guy.
So yeah, that's 2.
Alright, I'll take the 500 on the left, you take the 500 on the right.
I remember that reference. And I can't believe it. Every single one of them kicked you in the penis.
No, screw you! I'll take 501!
That's the spirit. Thank
I
you.
don't know what you're referencing, so I was just having a flashback to fucking Kingdom Hearts 2, Cloud and Squall back to back fighting Heartless.
That works too.
And Cloud's like, what? You're helping too?
You're not wrong. References aside, back in game.
So, aren't the classmates going to help us, or are they all just kind of scared and hiding?
Jules talking to everyone.
A lot of the classmates say this, and Alexander, he beefs up in his muscly form. I don't know how long I can hold this muscly form, but I'll do what I can. He says, quit stealing my thunder. I can only do this like twice a day as he debuffs, and he's just like, fine, I won't waste it. Well, I already wasted one time, but And you see Kira, she turns into a bat and gets on her shoulder and says, oh wow, real manly of you, coming up with a plan. If I wasn't so hungry for life force, I might just take it from you, because manly life force tastes way better than villain life force. She winks.
Alright, actually this is a good way to do it. Who here thinks that they could tank, let's just say, a sword?
A what?
A sword. I raised my own hand when I asked that question.
Can take a sword? Most everyone raises their hand, except for, Sherry and, Jules' sister.
Clarify, I'm saying tank it, not dodge it.
They still raise their hands, except for the other two.
Alright, let's go a step higher. An average sniper rifle.
Most of them okay, a few more don't raise their hand. Specifically, that would be Alexander. That would be... Let's see. Claren doesn't raise his hand. Thor doesn't raise his hand. And certainly Silva doesn't raise his hand.
It's easier to say, I'm trying to get the point across of which three of them are the toughest.
Oh. The toughest? Well, they're not necessarily the toughest. They can just not exist in the middle of the shot. If that makes sense.
Works too. What is that will least likely die?
Either way, some of them, again, he's not raising his hand, but you can tell that Carmine would be, normally, if he wasn't so underconfident.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the point being here, I need to take the, I'm just gonna say three that are the least likely to die to the ninjas.
Alright, I'm gonna group them up for you right next to you.
Basically, he's building the diversionary team.
No.
Alright, these are the people that have incorporeal forms.
Alright. I guess it's me and them.
Diversionary team.
Because I doubt anybody else has armor 3 and extra health.
Most people know.
Yeah. Yeah, armored 3 and... yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So that's the first team. What else are you guys going to strategy with? Good strategy so far.
Yeah. Well, once they get some of the ninjas out of the way, the two things we need to worry about are those two main guys, because they're probably going to stick with Watchman, make sure he doesn't get away. We can probably take care of the ninjas around Watchman, but not those two, so how do we deal with them?
Even if I can take it down, if I can distract them, they won't be killing me quickly. Because Lazarus Protocol's a thing. I think the best plan right now is just flank, have her take up sniper position, and pray to God that they fall for the plan, and if they don't, we'll go with plan B, which is smash and grab.
Yeah, basically I don't think there's any premeditated plan we can come up with to get the big two out of the way.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, we'll just see how they react, and
so,
if they go to the front, they're distracted.
Alright.
They go to the front, they're distracted.
Alright, in that case, yeah. You get your strike team, and Jules
Alright, Carmen, you stay here. You stay here and draw. Silva, you guard them, and everyone else come with me. And,
I actually will grab Sherry. Wait, yes?
He's basically putting you in his team.
Your sister's like, big bro, don't you think I'd be better off in the back? I mean, I could be better off probably protecting Carmine. I just don't think I'm very confident going up against actual villains.
Silva would be more helpful on the front lines than he would be protecting Carmine.
That's not true. I mean, look, I may not be good on the front lines either, but if I get ambushed, I'm no good alone. I'm just being honest here against actual villains. I'm sorry. She seems a little bit terrified, but Big Bro, I trust your judgment.
Hey, Carmen.
Jewel looks at his sister and says,
Think you could make a walkie-talkie that gets past this interference?
Wouldn't it need a receiving end?
Technically, I could, but the problem is if they have a quirk that's stopping that, I'd need to get rid of that person. Or if they have a machine that's getting past that, then that would be even harder. Either way, Big Bro, if you can figure out what's causing the interference, I'd probably be able to do it. Or at least get the teacher one to work. She begins tinkering with it.
Alright, you stay here.
figure that out.
Silver, you're coming.
Hey, Carmine.
Carmine just looks at you like shock as he's dabbing in the ink thing, does a few stencils, dabs in the ink thing, does a few stencils. He looks frustrated. He's just like, yes.
I'll make your life easier, because this is simpler to draw, and will be more useful to us. Do you know what a Whale King is from Zoids?
He looks at you weird and says, no.
I've never even heard of Zoids.
Zoids? You've never heard of Zoids?
No one's heard of Zoids.
You all insult me!
Yes, we do.
Hold on a sec, I need to fix this.
Okay, he does not catch the reference, by the way.
This is a shitty image, but there it is. I cannot link it, never mind. But no, Zoids, they're giant robotic animals. It was an anime.
Nope. Never heard of it.
It was a mech fighting show but they were all animal-like.
Nope.
You all are awful people.
It's like saying, have you seen my favorite anime? Most of the time it's clearly gonna be no.
Except for it was really huge, and it had 6 different iterations.
You know what else was really huge? Boku no Pico, and no one heard of that one. Oh wait, that's actually terrible anime.
And everybody has heard of it because of the memes. Also, really? I get yelled at for Bouvette, but you bring that up?
What? No, what? No, I didn't say anything about that. You heard nothing.
Freaking hypocrite.
I am a hypocrite, okay? I love
You
Bouvette.
ever heard of
He
Whale
is.
King? Or it's always my mind is full of fuck.
Alright,
I've never even heard the name before.
You've never heard Zoids.
You've never heard of Boku no Pico?
No,
Oh,
Zoids.
never mind.
Well, you're from Ireland, so I can understand that a little bit. But, my mind is full of... Oh, right, so I need to melt down some of that biomass from the Spit Eater and, reconstitute the Ultralisk, because we're going for maximum spook factor.
Okay, so you're bringing back all of the minions to do the Ultralisk.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so again, enough time has passed since you guys have developed this plan. I'm going to say about 30 minutes, because it took them 20 minutes to get back and 10 minutes for you to come up with this plan. So yeah, it's theoretically enough time, I'd say enough time to get the bare minimum biomass to do one Ultralisk.
Well, yeah, that's all I can summon anyway, so...
Alright.
Come on, get big and angry.
The Ultralisk just comes out and he's big and angry with you. Brrr!
Good. Now kill ninjas.
The Ultralisk begins to lumber along. Gah, gah, and then stops at a red light.
Where the fuck?
It looks at you and says, it does the telepathic thing. Can I break the law now?
What light? What? Where? Who?
It just
Why?
it turns green and starts walking again.
Where's the traffic light?
You hear in the distance, Magnata, it's simulating reality. You're in the city zone.
Okay.
It's the only one that works. I promise. The rest of it's disaster ridden.
Okay. I guess we're going then.
All
We
right.
should probably catch up to him before he gets in trouble.
Okay, so we've got these two hanging back. Well, these three hanging back, and this is the diversion team, and this is the strike team. Strike team, diversion team. All right, you want me to start with the strike team? I mean, the diversion team first?
That would make sense, yes.
Okay, diversion team. You have the control of yourself and 3 characters. How would you like to issue them? You eventually come up to. I'm gonna explain the clearing. So eventually you get to like the center of this town at the end of the 3 miles. This walk takes a considerable amount of time. I assume you guys are out doing like a jog or whatever you guys can muster, but instead of like 10 minutes, it takes like I'd say 30 minutes for you guys to get there.
No, they're all riding the Ultralisk because big lumbering steps.
That makes sense. So, though it's slow by its own right, it's considered fast since it's just huge and it just blows through everything.
Like, oh, there's rubble in the way? Lol, no.
No. Bluff. Of course, though, you do make a loud entrance. They definitely know you're coming, but they're still waiting for you, obviously. But it does take you about 20 minutes. I'd say 15 minutes. No, 15 minutes. Make it 15 minutes to get there.
Okay.
And you come up to this, Kira goes out and does, like, a view for you guys so you guys don't get spotted. You guys are kind of behind the building that where these people are. So there's, like, a building right here in between you guys currently. She says, okay, they're in the middle of what looks like a town plaza. Fountain in the middle. Looks like they blew it up, though. So they have watchmen in the middle of where the fountain used to be. It's a pretty big area, fairly open, but the only 2 people there are, it appears, the big behemoth and whatever that ninja guy is. The rest of everyone else isn't there, says Kira. That's all I could gather.
Well, they're ninjas. They're probably hiding.
I doubt they're actual ninjas, she says to the side.
They're kind of dressed like ninjas.
She shrugs.
I can't feel them on the creep anywhere, can I?
You have not had enough time to develop creep in this area. Enough creep.
Oh yeah, it's been an hour. That's why I was double checking. I wasn't sure where they've been or things.
Since they've adjusted locations each time they saw the creep, this would be a new location.
Oh, so we've kind of been corralling them, I guess. I'll take that as a win.
Sure. You corral them into this open area. So congrats. Corralled. Successful.
Fuck off.
I will ask you to remove some endurance, though, since you've been creeping this entire time. Just 5.
That's fine. Okay.
Nothing too big.
Yeah. Oh, once we're almost in, the clearing, I will activate, the protocol.
Sure. So you see, again, she's like, so should we make our move? We can each go, I see there's like 4 different directions we can go. One to the upper left, one to the upper right, one to the bottom left, one to the bottom right, and then there's the path directly behind us, obviously. Maybe we each could take one of those 4 paths and see if we can get any of the ninjas to follow us, but we're going to have to get the ninjas to come out of hiding. She puts in air quotes each time she says ninjas.
I got a better idea. Ultralisk. Clear a path.
The Ultralisk looks at you and like tries to think out, so just bum rush into the ninja that he sees.
Yup.
The Ultralisk goes, "Nyeh!" and just starts running towards them. You can see this through your telepathic visor, but they don't seem to make any move as the big one just lumbers in front. It's about 2 times the size of your Ultralisk. And the Ultralisk just says, abort? Or keep...
Nope. Yeet!
It yeets away as you see the big thing like lumber its fists, and it's in slow motion looks like it's coming towards the Ultralisk. It's going to engage the Ultralisk in combat.
Yep.
So the
right,
let me put it. But the ninja is still standing strong in the same position. So let me just throw this over there. I'm assuming they're just going to have their own initiative. So just give me initiative roll.
That's 2d6, I think, for him. 5.
Everyone gets initiative?
No. Just it looks like it's just the Ultralisk and him right now.
He gets a 1. He's a 1 initiative. 4.
Okay, you got a 6. So he goes first. And he's gonna... You might want to roll a defense.
That would be... His dodge is 4.
Nice. You'll want to remove 2 dice from your defense, by the way.
Why?
He's using an area of effect attack.
Oh, well, that's something you should have told me before.
Sorry, I just wasn't there yet. So you can re-roll if you want, or just use the same roll and just say it's 6. It's up to you.
I'll take the 6, because I'm not going to roll better than a 6, really.
Okay.
Jesus.
As it just brings its hand down like a hammer and boof, you see the Ultralisk just go right into the ground. As it just...
Oh, hold on, that's 8 by 12.
How much armor does it have, by the way?
3.
Okay, so it's going to 6, 5, 4. It's going to drop it down to a DX of 4. And you got a 6, so that's going to bring it down to 12. 12 times 4.
48.
48. How much is its health normally?
70.
Oof. So it's going to take a complication. It is stunned, so it loses its next action. Or this action. Since it took half its health and damage, one shot. As now this monstrosity is lifting up the Ultralisk by one hand and, like, starting to crush its face.
Holy shit.
And it starts chuckling. And it's just, like, got this monstrous chuckle, like it's no longer human anymore.
Well, the Ultralisk is going to do what it does best.
Defend, I imagine? Oh, well, you can't gore because it's stunned. Lost in action.
Oh, right.
Remember when you were going to try and fight these two guys head on?
I'll still do it, damn it. Don't you think I won't? I have done nothing with my drama dice.
Alright, you can do your normal defense roll this time. Got a 15?
Oh, nope, that didn't
Yeah,
register.
I'd reroll.
12.
Okay,
so
that's
3.
better. You got a
3.
3.
16.
16... 15 minus 12, that's 3 times 8. 8, 16.
You did... Wait, no, you have 15...
Yeah.
15, 3. So you beat me by 3.
So it's 3...
Times 8.
Times 8. So
armor
it's
3.
8 times... Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
So...
Wait.
8, 16, 24 damage.
Alright, the Ultralisk is at 0 health and 38 health endurance.
As it's just crushing
Holy
its
shit.
head under the weight of its arms, you see like blood is now oozing out of the Ultralisk. Does it wish to continue to fight, or is it just going to deform at this point?
There's no reason for it not to fight.
Okay, as it crushes its face, it throws it on the ground like a rag doll, expecting it not to get up. But it's now the Ultralisk's turn as... Alright.
That is shit. Shit rolls are shit.
No problem. It's okay. You're doing great so far.
Fuck you.
I would like to remind you, however, that once you lose one of your bars, you start taking a -1 to all rolls.
Oh, yeah. That is a good
What's
point.
a bar?
You just take a -1 to... the Ultralisk takes a -1 to all of its rolls since it's lost its first bar of health and continued.
Ah.
So that's no problem. It would still be like a 2 or something for the gore. Either way, it literally just stands there as it literally hits its kneecap because it's not high enough to get past its kneecap. And then it picks up the Ultralisk again and says, "Puny pet."
Meep.
And it's
Bless you.
just
Thanks.
gonna smash into it again.
No.
Okay. It got an... Nice. It got a
How do
6.
drama dice work? Does it add to the total, or does it add an extra die?
It can add to the total. So if you roll another 5, you'd succeed in this defense.
So I'd have to roll 5. That's what I was asking.
Yes.
Or 6.
Or a
actually.
6, either one would do.
Well,
So, know.
it wouldn't actually put him out because it's only going to be 8, so it would put him down to 30 endurance, so yeah, that's fine-ish.
okay. It would do 8 damage.
Ultralisk mad,
So-
and very much in pain.
It squishes its head again, and it says, "Puppy, know better now."
Puppy, no better now. What are you talking about?
Okay. Does it continue to assault it? Continues
Tell
to
me.
assault it.
It's a fucking throwaway minion. And
Okay.
it's distracting, which is what it's supposed to do.
Alright. So question, what attack did it use?
Gore, that's why I used 3 dice.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's gore. Okay. It tanks the hit. Doesn't even roll.
Oh no.
As it just literally tanks it, and then picks up the Ultralisk again. Your attack's too puny now.
It can't. Wait, it physically can't dodge. It can't not dodge it.
It just decides not to roll.
Oh, well, if that's the case, it's 36 damage, armor piercing 2. So, -4 armor.
Oh, right, you do have armor piercing. Well, it's going to tank it still.
And then realize maybe that wasn't the best idea.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It'd be 30 damage, since it has armor of 5. Let's see.
30, armor 5.
So
it would have an armor of 1?
It would have an armor of 1.
And then D6 times 6 would be 36.
36? Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he would have just taken 5 to the knee. Or
yeah,
35 to the knee.
I already said he's just going to tank it.
Yeah, now he's realizing, oh, shit.
Its knee kind of buckles in a bit as it just kind of goes, It doesn't really shrug to it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like it did much damage. 36 damage wasn't a lot of damage.
That's a terrifying sentence.
As it just picks up the Ultraliscian and just tosses it. As you see the ninja stick a syringe in it, and the knee just kind of buckles back.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And he's just like, be careful next time. I only have one of those, It just shrugs. I'll do better.
Yeah, the Ultralisk, I think, is going to stay down then, because it is open to attack, so the next attack would probably end it anyways.
Oh, it's open to attack? Can't make a defense roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so the next attack would totally cripple it, as it just basically punts it it grabs it by the leg, and then ragdolls it. Kind of like that scene from Hulk and Thor.
Yeah, we know the scene.
Okay, and then it just splats it on the building that you guys are in, causing half the building to go down. Not next to you guys, but not on top of you guys. It's just like, puny pet.
Oh, that just happened.
Kira's like, can we just not attack them and do the original plan?
We were distracting them, were we not?
I don't think we did anything really. We didn't accomplish anything.
I thought we were supposed to...
I mean, what did we distract him for? I mean, we literally just pissed off the big one. The ninjas are still there watching.
Would now be a good time for me to start shooting around those who are guarding watchmen?
Oh, I mean, kind of laying the diversionary force. I assume you're not part of the diversionary force, or are you the diversionary force?
I'm the cover to help save watchmen.
Yeah, when we get to Watchmen, I do have a plan. I was just letting this scene play out.
Okay, so the scene is played out, and in that time, you guys actually managed to catch up to them. You notice they're still standing behind the building, and you see half the building is collapsed into them with a lot of, well, dead biomass, to put it lightly.
Okay, so before we put ourselves in the dangerous position, Jewel has everyone back up and says,
Alright. Looks like it's just one of the bossmen, which is better than nothing. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go in and see if I can, talk him up, keep him distracted. You guys circle around and get as close as Watchman as you can before he notices you. The second he attacks me or notices you, Sherry, you can try and do your illusionary thing, and the rest of you, I'll just do what you're best at, alright?
Mm. And then Sherry just gives a nod. She says, "You get the feeling that we're being watched right now?"
I look around to see if I could sense anything
Perception
amiss.
check.
No perception. Can I use my quirk to sense out with my quirk?
Your psychic quirk? You'd have a hard time locating thoughts if they're not actively thinking, which, as far as you can tell, the only thoughts around you are yourselves and your groups.
Okay, then 2d6.
It'd be much easier with perception check, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I have no perception, so...
I have
Ah!
Perception's a great thing to have. Holy shiz, that's a critical success. I'm not even gonna roll. So with the critical success, you notice that the entire time, the diversionary group's been surrounded, and you all are currently surrounded.
Sorry, you cut out, I think?
Okay, sorry. What I was saying is, you notice as, like, things are really slow for you, so you just catch things that are off. Like, that bush isn't real. That wall isn't real. You catch that there's subtle movements, but only a pro could catch these out. You catch that there's certain glints in certain window seals, like someone spying on you. You notice that you're just basically completely surrounded.
Not ninjas my ass.
And you notice the diversionary team is completely surrounded.
Jewel
not ninjas
just...
my ass.
Jewel just nods at Sherry and says, like I said.
Like I said, the second they start attacking is when you start attacking, alright?
Okay. You can choose to relay this information if you want, by the way.
The nod was the relay. If I made it too obvious, they'd probably just strike.
Gotcha. 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. Alright, I'll put a couple more for the diversionary team because that's their purpose. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I imagine one or two of my team didn't pick up what I was laying down, but yeah, probably enough of them did that it won't matter.
Makes sense to me. Okay, perfect. I think I've got this organized. So basically, I've got it laid out to how surrounded everyone is currently. If this makes any sense. So you've got 7 people on the regular team, 2 people on our fabled mush hero, biomass hero, and then 2 people on the rest of the diversionary team, except for the girl, because they're assuming that she's not that threatening.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's what you notice. No one else knows this unless you make it known.
Like I said, the nod was Sherry said, does anyone else feel off? And the nod was to relay, yeah, we're surrounded. If I said anything or made it too obvious, they'd probably just strike.
Makes sense. Sherry just nods back and just like kind of looks around but has no idea what you're looking at.
That like I said, the smarter ones will figure it out. The dumber ones, well, the smarter ones will cover for them. Anyway, unless somebody objects, Jewel is going to start his part of the plan now. I'm not hearing any objections.
Yeah, I have no objections. Wait, what's your part of the plan?
Walk out and get a monologuing, essentially.
Oh, okay. While you're doing that, I guess I'll sneak away and set up a sniper rifle.
And the rest of the team know what they're supposed to do, right?
They're all gonna assist in some way, like, bum rushing.
While I've got them distracted, they're gonna get as close as they can and rush. And the second they get noticed or I get attacked, they're gonna rush in and try and grab them. Grab Watchmen, that is.
Makes sense to me.
Wait, have I had enough time to set up my sniper rifle?
Yeah, you're on a building, but you kind of see something that doesn't look right as you're setting up your sniper rifle.
Do I need to make another perception roll?
Not really. You can definitely tell they're trying to be obvious about it.
Can I shoot it?
You sure can try.
I mean, you do have a gun.
I'm going to shoot it.
Bang, bang.
6.
Not bad, not bad. Let's just... That's... Okay. Alright, you fire away. Okay. That looks like a successful dodge to me, as
Darn.
you see... You shoot what looks like to be a blanket that looked like a pile of rubble. And the blanket goes away as one of those ninja-looking guys pops out, and his arm turns into, like, this gauntlet, like this golden gauntlet, and it like grows this 2 times the size of his body and lugs on the ground. He says, "You're mine now."
Shoot.
Like, he can lift that, right?
Yeah, looks like it. As
Like, he didn't just cripple himself by being an idiot, I'm assuming.
it's quirks, the quirk logic. So either way, his arm's kind of lugging behind him, it looks like, and he's just slowly approaching you. But we're gonna move on to the next scene before we begin that. So Jewel, to you.
Alright, I've already got the charisma roll for the distraction ready, by the way. Just let me know when you want me to roll it.
Roll for it.
Oh, okay, I'll roll on the offset, save me doing it mid-con.
Roll for charisma. See if you're successful at all.
That is, that's just a 6.
Okay. Whatever you say, it's not very persuasive, just so you know, effect-wise. You're not going to really distract him, but you can still use speech.
Yeah. It should at least give the others a bonus on stealth or some shit. If nothing else.
Maybe against him.
Yeah, against him. That's what I'm focused on.
Okay. I will agree to that. Plus
like,
1 dice roll.
It's not like I'm trying to sweet talk a whole group of ninjas or anything.
You see that he sees like, the first one to come out of the shadows, and actually come at me like a man. What is your cause?
Jewel shrugs, being a
hero, I guess.
It's so overrated. You and your heroes, based on a society that means nothing. When you're propped up on the pillar, a foundation that if crumbled, the whole society would fall. How can you live like that as a hero? Why not join us? There are many admirable ones among you. You could become part of true heroism. Get rid of the foundation and bring it back to all the heroes.
Sorry, but true heroism to me doesn't really involve killing.
It's unfortunate that we have to kill. If we didn't have to, we wouldn't. But you must understand that to get anywhere, much like the founding fathers of your America, some blood must be shed for things to be changed. And much like my country in Russia, much blood must be shed to get rid of tyrants.
Jewel just sort of looks at him and says,
So who are you, anyway? Never heard of a villain with your description before. I'd assume you're a newbie, but you clearly got some history.
He chuckles with his metallic grin. You can tell every part of his body is metal at this point. You've looked at him long enough that it doesn't look like he's wearing any clothes, from what you can tell. This looks like the natural form of his body. He just gets this metallic grin as it shows his metal teeth, and he says, "My name? I guess it's not really important. But, if you must know, from a man to a man, my name is Kraus."
Fuck, he's German. Of course he's evil.
And you're right, I do have some history. I was alienated by my country because of my quirk. It wasn't useful enough. It was too threatening to others. So, they threw me in a prison and I was saved by my master. So I do have some history. And what about you? You seem to have no fear in your body. You've approached probably two very threatening people in your circumstance. And what? Is this some form of distraction? Because the other distraction was pretty pitiful, if you were to ask me. I mean, what, are they just gonna throw a lumbering giant out against another lumbering giant and see which one wins? Give me a break. They would have been better off trying to attack us all at once and then splitting up in different directions. At least would have got the ninjas off their backs.
Yeah, you sure got a lot of those.
Well, I wouldn't say they're professional ninjas or anything, but I guess to make it simple on you. And besides, we have plenty more at the beck and call. It's like really anything you can do is meaningless.
So they're pretty low-level ninjas then.
Maybe. To pro heroes. But you're not pro heroes, are you?
Not yet.
Then perhaps one of these days we'll meet in a more fitting time. My offer still stands, though. We do need more recruits to join the cause of true freedom.
Let's be real. When is a villain ever offering a hero to join their side actually work?
I don't know. It depends. If you see me as a villain, then clearly you see your side as heroic. But I see my cause as true justice. To me, you are nothing more than a bystander. I merely wish to recruit you to the side of true justice. But if you foresee me as a villain, then so be it. We'll show by our actions that our cause is just. And the winner will write the history. I think that's how you would say it in America.
Not especially patriotic myself, but I guess so.
Go along. I think we have... If we cannot find common ground, then I find this conversation boring.
I imagine the others are going to make a move by this point.
I would agree. You're going to have all of them make a move, correct?
Them all moving at once probably would be the better idea, yeah.
Alright. At this point, they all try to come out of the clearings, and the ninjas make their move at that point.
Like I said, with Sherry opening with an illusion on him. Or trying to, anyway.
Let's see, does it work? If it works, your plan succeeds. If not, there's going to be some trouble. Alright. Now let's do Sherry's. Great music, great music. This is it. That's not Sherry. Okay. We're gonna do a mass illusion of power. That should do it. This will drag her down to 25.
Yes!
Okay, perfect. It's enough to cover them. So, with that, the ninjas don't make their move yet. But this is enough time for Kraus to take notice and say, "What are you guys doing? There's someone approaching us!" And they're like, "They're still in front of us, though." "You fools!" he says. As, you know, you're still on the thing. They're gonna make a grab. They do make a successful grab, by the way, for Watchmen.
So, he's distracted by the guys trying to grab Watchmen and the ninjas, right?
Yeah, he's definitely well, he's caught off guard that someone got past his grasp. He says, "What are you doing, Greg? Yeah. Stop them!" The big monstrosity.
Time to make an even bigger distraction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out my guns and charge them.
Okay. Perfect. You engage in single combat.
No. I don't plan to win. I just plan to keep them busy long enough for Watchmen to get out.
Of course. Now, let me switch to another scene real quick. The illusion was only for those guys. The other ninjas make a move, hearing that trouble's afoot. And they make their attack on the diversionary team. Of course, there's one ninja over here. Other ninjas will approach this way. Okay, perfect. So these ninjas over here are going to attack with the monstrosity over here. These ninjas are each attacking these gentlemen over here. Oh, I accidentally dragged one of the ninjas out of place. Cool. That's perfect. This works. And that should do it. So the diversionary team's being attacked, you're being attacked, so we've all got an initiative. So let's do initiative rolls, since I think this is very fitting for an initiative roll. So you may start rolling said initiatives.
Yeah, considering I'm rushing him, can I at least get off those first two shots, or do you want me to still roll?
You know what? He's distracted enough. You can only shoot once at him, though. Since you can't attack the same person twice with the same attack.
Yeah. Well, considering my main goal here is just distracting him, in that case...
Allow one shot for free.
Yeah, instead of the guns, I guess I'll... Yeah, because I'm rushing him, I'll throw a throwing knife at him, and then I'll be able to tackle him if I'm lucky.
Okay. Seems legit.
That is a 6. Probably not enough to actually hit him. But
no,
if I'm lucky.
He just literally puts his. What he does is he like upper kicks your face, but he doesn't like put any force behind it. He just stops you.
Knife.
Oh, he upper kicks the knife. Excuse me. Upper kicks the knife, and like without looking at it though, and his visor comes off, and he says, "Bad move, kid. Now you've pissed me off."
Yeah. That was a pretty good roll, so it's probably not good enough for me to get at him while he was dealing with that. Yeah, alright, I'll roll my initiative now.
Alright, initiative rolls for everyone. So, Hive, I noticed you did 2 rolls. What was the first and second roll for? Hive? Alpha?
Bueller?
Alpha?
Yeah, I rolled.
You rolled twice. What was it? Was it the first or second roll?
The first one. Sometimes my mouse doubles clicks.
Ah, gotcha. So you got a 6. And then Sarai got a 5. Shaden, what was your roll? You got a 12. Jeebus.
Yes.
For a 12. He got a 12 too. So, since he rolls more dice, Kraus is going to go first.
Isn't it whoever has the higher ranking quick?
He has a higher ranking in quick, as well.
What?
They're tier 2. We're still tier garbage.
Oh, he is not a tier 2.
Tier 3?
That doesn't mean I can't have higher and quick.
He holds a substantial scale advantage over you. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Due to his experience and etc. so forth, but we'll go into that later. Second will be Shaden. Next will be our boy Hive.
It's your boys.
And then we have Soraya. Let's see. I'm gonna do two separate rolls. Let's do one for the monstrosity. Did I literally delete that? That is so dumb of me. Oh, that's nice. So then it's gonna be it's monstrosity. Let me do an addendum. Monstrosity goes after after Shaden, then Hive, and then let's see. Let's do the ninjas next. The ninjas. Okay. The ninjas will go for, so then it's the ninjas, then the monstrosity. No, wait, I did that wrong. I did my math wrong. Nope, I did my math right. Ninja, then monstrosity, then Hive, and then the rest of the NPCs, I'll have them go last.
You know there's a button for keeping track of turn order.
There is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just found it.
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No, of course not. I've always wrote it down. Can I use it?
Yeah, and once you put everyone on there, you can actually rotate it, so you don't have to keep track yourself.
Oh man, I don't even know how to use this. I'll have to figure that out. It says there currently aren't any tokens on this page. That's a bummer. That's so cool. Well, anyways, I've got it written down. That's all that matters. We've got Kraus going first. So let's start off with that. Okay.
Also, if there aren't any tokens on that page, did you put everyone's token on the map layer?
Yeah. I put it on the objects and tokens layer.
No, there's 3 separate layers.
Yeah, there's the map and background, objects and tokens,
Yeah.
GM info overlay, right?
Yeah, I was asking if you put our tokens on the map layer, but...
No, you're on the object and token layer.
Okay, just checking.
I'll figure this out later. Enough of that. So Kraus, he's gonna do his little doodly-doo. And he's like, I'll go easy on you this time, punk. Let's see if he can handle me just normally. As he cracks his... well, you hear like the metallic cracking of his hands. And he gets into like a certain stance. Looks like some type of martial stance at this point.
God, I want to get a god-tier dodge just to make him look like an idiot after the big speech.
Right. That would be pretty funny if he did that. And with that, let's see what he's going to do first. He gets into a martial stance. And he's like, again, go easy on you this time. He's gonna, it looks like as he approaches you, he's got like 2 of his fingers out. Like they're ready to hit certain points. In slow motion, you can tell he's, again, it actually looks like he's moving normal speed to you, based on how fast he's going. But you can tell that he's going to do something pretty terrible if you don't dodge this.
I do not see the dice.
You don't see it?
I see the attack, but I don't see the dice.
That's really weird. That's so weird. It should be rolling.
Did you actually put a number in the roll section?
Yeah, there's a number there. Huh. That is very strange. Okay, let me try a different roll. Okay, so a different one works. Let's try that again. That is very strange. Never had that happen before.
Number and then changing it back.
Try a different number?
Yeah, try the attack with a different number and then, change the number back.
Okay. Okay, it works now. Got a 5. Should have kept the 12.
That is a 6.
Okay. You just barely dodge it. As he does, like, he's trying to aim for certain points, and he, like, taps you in spots that don't really hurt, but you notice if he would have been any closer, that could have hurt really, really, really bad. And he just kind of takes a quick breath and says, "You're pretty good."
Hey, bitch, I'm the one with the revolver. That's my line. No. Alright, so going in for my usual opening.
Mm.
That is, not greatest roll.
Jeez, which one did you actually roll?
Both of them. Remember, I usually open with 2 shots?
Yeah, you can only shoot him once, since you can't attack the same person with the same attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's never been an issue before. So.
Yeah, I totally spin spacing on it. I apologize. It's the multiple action rule. So my apologies for never bringing that up, but you can only shoot him once with an attack roll. If you're shooting multiple people, that's fine, though.
Is there actually anyone else to shoot?
Well, you have range, so if there's anyone within your view, you could technically shoot a minion in the back, you know, like one of the ninjas.
Alright, in that case, I'll use the 8 on him and the 6 on one of the ninjas, I guess.
Okay. Alright, that's the ninja. He dodges. He doesn't even look, just frickin' bats it away with the fly swatter quirk. And Kraus. Yeah, he basically, what he does is he, like, in a split second pulls out an electro knife and, like, cuts the bullet in half as it's coming towards him, and it goes, like, right where his face would be going, and then splits in half and goes 2 different directions. And he says, "You're a pretty good shot. I'll tell you, you'd be useful in our army. You could even become a lieutenant."
Probably not.
You doubt yourself too much, kid. And with that, the ninjas begin their assault, as they each begin trying to attack different people and going for trying to get Watchmen back desperately. It seems like they have Thor pretty much cornered, as they're getting ready to open up with all their quirks and attacks, but Alexander, like, bats away one of them and, like, severely cripples him as he flies into a building. But at this point, the monstrosity comes up and grabs Alexander. It just starts, like, crushing him as you hear Alexander give, like, this he's writhing in pain as he's being literally crushed by this thing's bare hands. Of course, Sherry saves him and puts the thing in the illusion temporarily, but she makes note from the distance that this thing's incredibly powerful, or at least it's so dumb it doesn't even realize it's in an illusion, as it keeps crushing Alexander in real time. But it stops basically killing him, essentially. You see Silva come in and does a quick punch and slows down the monster, as the Shadow Boxer shadow boxes some of its fingers to let Alexander go. The ninjas continue to make more attacks as the monstrosity basically lets go of Alexander as he just de-transforms and looks pretty badly hurt at this point. The ninjas close in on the group. As the ninjas start attacking the diversionary group, and Kira easily dispatches one of them as she transforms and literally just sucks the life out of him, but instantly starts engaging the other ninja as he gets a couple good hits on her, and, like, slashes through her, and as she's not able to turn into mist fast enough. The lightning guy keeps trying to turn into lightning to dodge, but eventually gets overwhelmed slightly and takes a few good hits, and hits the other guys a little bit with some electro zaps as they seem to be a little stunned in their place. And as you know, our little shadow girl over there, let's see, trying to remember, Ushio, she actually does one in fairly quickly and goes in for a flurry of blows, but takes a quick hit in succession. And thus it goes to brings us to you, our good friend Hive. As you're surrounded by 2 of the ninjas will make their attack first. Behold, Hive! One of them has a quirk as he, like, he like, busts through his armor, but his helmet's still on. So you only see, like, this basically bare-chested man, but he looks all bronze and stuff, and he says, "Behold, my body's as hard as steel! Nothing can possibly break through this! Now die!" And the other one, he, like, turns into a dragon. And he just, like, starts breathing fire at your direction.
Well, shit. Well, fire bad, so I need to take him out first.
Fire bad! Fire bad!
Vulnerability to fire, remember?
Oh, that's true. The guy who's harder than steel goes for a punch. And attempts to punch you, as hard as steel can punch.
So he'll deal 8 damage.
That is correct. And the fire bad gets a 12. as he spews fire in your
that's
direction.
a 16.
That's a 16. 4,
He
8,
rolled
12.
four
Oh, no, I
fours.
see 4 4s now. I thought the other one was a 3. So it gets a 16.
6. How does vulnerability work again?
Say what?
How does vulnerability work again?
How high's your vulnerability?
Just 1.
Just 1? Oof. I think that's only adds 1 more. That's it. It's not like double or triple.
So it makes his DX a 6 instead, effectively.
Yeah, so his DX would be like 6.
So 3 times, so 18.
As you take 18 dabblage from fire, as he starts breathing fire and your skin starts crawling to avoid it. And then they all look at each other, and then the dragon just winks at the steel guys as if they're plotting something.
I'm a Mantis strike the dragon.
Mantis strike the dragon!
Yeah. That's a 12.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Nah, it's a pretty good thing.
It is a pretty good thing. As you Mantis strike the frickin' dragon, you got a 12, so that he takes the whopping 6 times 6. So let's see, that's
36.
36. Can you describe how you brutalize this guy?
Who here has ever seen a mantis attack?
Like a praying mantis attack?
No, a mantis shrimp.
Can't say I have, but let's
Hold
go
on.
with it.
I don't even know what a mantis shrimp is.
So basically, it just takes his arms, grabs it, and like crushes it, right?
No.
You might want to
Let's see
explain.
if I can. I'm trying to find an image, but it's so fast, it actually breaks the sound barrier underwater.
Oh no way, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now, to put into perspective, though, the mantis shrimp is like a foot long.
Uh huh.
I'm trying to find where on there it shows the attack. Yeah, it's like at like 39 seconds it shows how it works.
Oh wow, I just saw that. That's pretty crazy. It's so fast that it just poof, poof.
Yeah.
So basically, it
Now,
like
scale that up to
flicks.
something 20 feet doing that.
Wow,
Right,
that's
so
crazy.
it's like 10, 15 feet tall doing that.
You know, I'm looking at the rules for adjusting attack. And I'll have to cock my guns on my next turn, but I don't know, guys. For some reason, the kamikaze strike is just speaking to me.
You can kamikaze if you want.
Increase your roll by 5, but make no defense rolls until your next turn.
It isn't a legitimate attack move if you want to come up with something on the fly.
Wait. What does the kamikaze attack do?
It increases your attack roll by 5, but you can't make a defense until your next turn.
Oh, that's just open to attack.
Yeah, it's it's 3
It's
approved moves that
basically-
you can do at any time.
Yeah, basically they have 3 approved ways to adjust attacks at any time. There's also Reckless Offense, which increases attack by 2, reduces defense by 2, and Defensive Stance, which is the opposite of Reckless Offense.
Huh.
It's pretty cool for people that just want to come with something on the fly with that.
I'll take a screen and put it in the Discord for you.
Oh yeah, because your rulebook's different, Alpha, so it may not show that, or at least it might show something different.
Yeah.
So with that, you do that flicking motion as it just flicks faster than speed. As he goes, "What, nunny?" And boom, like his head tilts in an unnatural way. Even though it doesn't kill him, it tilts in an unnatural way, and he spirals like his body follows his head. That's how hard he was hit, and flies into a building head first, and like corkscrews into it. He de-transforms, completely stuck inside the building.
It sounds about right.
As the other guy's just like, "Huh, that attack may have done him in, but dragon scale is not as hard as steel," as he flexes in front of you.
Okay.
Soka. Okay.
Oh god.
That's such a One Punch Man moment. Soraya, the ninja, is attacking you as well. as you think he's not able to wield the arm, but the arm starts doing its own thing to move, and like almost faster than you can react, just starts coming right down to you. You may attempt to make a defense roll.
You're talking to me. I don't get any defense rolls. Remember?
6.
Magistrate?
Yeah. We'll worry about that on your next turn.
Oh crap! I'm taking damage.
You got a 9, right? Oh, you got a 6. Yeah. So you got 3, 6, 9. Yeah. So you take 3, 5, 10. You take 15 damage.
15. Gosh, dang it.
So you manage to dodge and prevent yourself from getting crushed, but the debris hits you in such a forceful manner and causes such a big hole that it causes a bunch of tiny scrapes everywhere, and it causes you to, lose your footing in such a way that you no longer can use your sniper rifle at this point, as it just, basically bats it away in an unusable position. You're not disarmed, so you can use it as long as you get rid of him, but the point is, you just can't use it against him.
Gotcha.
Too close. But now it's your turn. You may make your offense.
Okay, I'm going to make him think that his friends need his help.
Ooh. Okay, so remember, if you're going to use this in combat, you need to convince him of anything, you need a full round of full-blown concentration without getting distracted or defense rolls.
So if he tries to attack me again, I can't defend.
Yeah, since you have nobody to defend for you, he will interrupt this. Just keep that in mind.
I guess you gotta pull.
But you can read his thoughts.
Can I read his thoughts as well?
Theoretically, there is one type of move that you can do, which is read surface level thoughts, and that costs no action and really no effort.
I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah, he didn't get high enough roll to resist that. And you hear his next thought, and then I'll do a sweeping uppercut. There'll be no way she can dodge that while she's still in midair.
Will that make things easier? Will that increase my defense?
You just know he's right. There's no way you can dodge it like that.
No, just fire your sniper rifle the way you want to go away from.
She can't use a sniper rifle unless it's got distance.
It was an anime joke.
Oh, that's fair.
I like how they piloted that tank in
yes!
in the 18.
Yes, I love that moment.
Same idea.
Alright. And with that, we can cliffhanger. Do you want a cliffhanger right here before you shot? For a break?
Why would
Sure.
Okay. Is anyone else okay with a break, like a 5, 10, or 15-minute break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm good, but...
Alright. Even though you're good, looks like you're outvoted, so we'll take we'll just do a 5-minute break. How's that sound?
Yeah, I only need to use the bathroom anyway.
Okay. 5 minutes. Everyone, we're going to come back on Soraya's shot to see if she can end this guy in one shot, one punch style. 5 minutes, return at 7:35 or whatever time it is your turn, M-Zone, the 35, whatever. And we'll keep going. Still be here if anyone needs to talk or, needs to vent or anything. I'm here, counsel. Okay, I'm done being dumb. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I did a new maneuver again. I forgot to change the stream information. Bummer. I'm a terrible person. So, Alpha, how's the Magic the Gathering stuff been coming?
Nobody's been up to play.
Oh, that's stupid.
You're one of the people that haven't been up to play.
That's... I will give you that I had plenty of excuses, but either way, you are not wrong.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing a lot of Valkyria Chronicles.
Is it like you're playing the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems legit skis.
It's not like I'm totally tempted to play it while we're playing.
I mean, it's role playing. You can do what you want, man.
I know, but then I have to zoom out to to do things, and it's so addicting.
Hey, if I didn't let people not have fun while we're having fun, what's the point of hosting this? I mean, that's my personal belief. You know, I shouldn't be prohibiting people from, you know, looking at their phones, because there's going to be like lulls or something, or play games. There's going to be like lulls where
Obviously.
if you're going to obviously pay attention, that's great. But if you can multitask too, why not? I mean, the consequence for you not paying attention is just you missing a point, and I may not explain all of it, but I'll still give you a rundown. It's just, over time of GMing, I just feel like that's been my style. Is make sure everyone has as much fun as possible, even if that means they do something distracting or something.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, what was I about to say? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I was watching a video that counted all the times darkness was set in the Kingdom Hearts series.
A lot.
And, you know Chain of Memories, right?
Yes.
You know Riku's little side story in that game?
Yes.
That, on its fucking own, added 100 to the counter.
I didn't watch the whole thing because I saw someone else reviewing that. I think it was Jim Sterling, and he was counting how many times they said darkness, and he mentioned that they just said it a lot, and he mentioned that one specifically, I think. That one had, like, the most of them out of all of them.
They say it like every other sentence.
What about the darkness? I don't know, but we gotta fight the darkness. Okay, but the darkness will rule you, because the darkness is greater than any other darkness.
Reverse Rebirth. By the way, yes, the side story gets its own subtitle. Reverse Rebirth also did this weird thing that they never bring up again, where Riku can smell the darkness.
They really were into the darkness in that series.
Yeah, like, he walks up to one guy and is like, "You reek of darkness."
So, what's the next in the next Kingdom Hearts? They're gonna have him taste the darkness. This taste of darkness.
Yeah, and the one guy called Zexion is like, his scent is the same as the master, the superior. That's right. They call Xemnas the superior before they reveal his actual name.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh,
By the way, quick question for you. Have you been playing Kingdom Hearts 3?
I beat it in like 2, maybe 3 days.
I heard it was really good. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was! Though it was also very Kingdom Hearts. Take that as you will.
By Kingdom Hearts, you mean like the parts where the Disney characters are involved are great, but then it gets super convoluted whenever the organization or the
To be fair,
comes
the parts without the Disney characters are still great. They're just confusing as fuck.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. Which is still
Yeah.
great, because, you know, I hear it's still a great game, and it does a lot to improve on the already existing formula. Oh, so the reviewers I've been looking at, and if I had a PlayStation, I would have already pre-ordered it and bought it and stuff.
If you haven't played the side games, get the story so far first. Because you need to play the side games.
See, that's the problem, though. I mean, like, I would just have to go on YouTube and look at the story so far, based on someone telling me, because there's just no way I'm going to be able to get all those side games.
Except the story so far is a disc with all of the games on one disc.
Oh my gosh. That just sounds like it would take way too much time.
Play one. Chain of Memories you can play, but the gameplay is kind of weird, so...
It's card-based, if I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can just look at the cutscenes up on YouTube and nobody will blame you. 358 Days Over 2, they didn't actually remake that one. That's just a movie with some added cutscenes. So you don't have to worry about actually playing that one.
That's fair.
That's the first They put all 3 collections in one disc, essentially. That was the first collection. Then in the second collection, you have Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, which is the prologue.
Oh boy.
And then another movie collection, which is Recoded, which, Recoded, it had some fun gameplay gimmicks, but originally it was a cell phone game, an episodic cell phone game, so... And there's only, really one or two plot points they bring back, so Yeah, even though it's a movie, I'm not gonna blame you if you don't watch it, because they only bring back, one or two plot points, and that's it. Let's see. And then the final one has Dream Drop Distance. A little prologue sort of demo type of thing for free, where you play as Aqua, and then just a movie to give you a basic summary of what... Basically, it gives you the key points of what happened in the phone game. It doesn't tell you everything that happened in the phone game that's plot relevant, but it gives you enough to understand.
Makes sense.
So, yeah. Basically, you only actually have to play, 3, maybe 4 games.
Oof. Well, if I ever get a PlayStation, I'll definitely do it. Either way, it's time to start again. Back to Soraya, the girl. Let's start with your roll. You may roll to fire upon this guy who if you don't shoot him in a certain way, his blow will potentially be devastating.
Oh gosh. No pressure.
No pressure.
Pogo bounce off your sniper rifle.
Crikey.
Crikey, mate.
Okay, that's a 5. Come on.
Not bad.
Do you have any drama dice on you?
Nope.
And with that, you shoot, but as his arm comes up, he instinctively arcs his arm to block the incoming shot as it pings off his golden fist. And he's just like, huh, you're lucky. If I didn't move it, you would be dead now. As his arm lumps to the floor and the gears are turning again, and it looks like it's ramping up for another blow.
Soraya.
Yes?
Important question. Which is better, your attack or your defense?
My highest... It depends on what type of attack. If it's a physical attack, it's a 5. If it's a mental attack, it's an 8. Well...
Yeah. What's your best between your physical attack and defense? Which one of those is better?
She's better at attacking than defending.
Yes.
Yeah, my defense
In
is
that
a 4.
case, if you're not confident that you'll be able to dodge this with your defense, consider a counterattack.
Yeah, I may have to do that.
Keep in mind that if you fail, you'll be taking the full hit, though.
Why didn't you dodge?
Boof. Bleh. Yes, so we'll move back up to the top of the turn order with Kraus. As he's just like, perhaps I should start taking you more seriously. As he, what he does is he pulls out his, he pulls out like a crane stance and gets on like one leg. You can tell the move is telegraphed, but it's still going to be pretty hard to dodge based on your calculations.
That's 6?
Yes.
Okay, that's not too...
It could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse.
6, and whenever there's
That's a 9.
tie, I believe the defender wins.
That's a 9.
Oh yeah, that's a 9.
And when it's a tie, I decide the result.
Oh, okay.
So it could mean nothing happens, someone gets an advantage, etc., so forth. But
Yeah.
I get to have fun with the ties. Usually fun for you guys.
I believe it does dictate. I believe it did specify though that when it's an attack, the defender usually wins.
It depends.
Just barely, and you can get away with giving them a complication. But yeah.
Yeah. It depends on how I feel, but for the most part, I probably will follow that. It really depends. I like spicing things up with the ties.
Yeah.
Moving on, though, you do actually... it was telegraphed enough for you to dodge pretty successfully, as the leg barely puts a cut on your face as the metallic boot rubs across it. But it's not enough to really do any superficial damage besides giving you a cool little cut. And it, like, impacts the ground hard enough to cause it to crack. And he's just like, well. I think I might actually start having some fun now. Dodging 2 of my moves successfully? That's unheard of. Come at me, then, as he motions with his arms and gets into a normal defensive stance.
Basically, he's going to let me cock my guns for the next attack, is what he's saying.
Yeah, he'll let you cock your gun successfully, so that way he's going to let you ignore the rule this time.
Oh, thank God. Because I don't know if I can last till the kamikaze. If he didn't do that. Alright, so I cock my guns, and let's let everyone else play out.
Again, I'm letting you ignore the rule this time, so you may cock your guns right now and shoot now.
Okay.
Special complication.
Do I fucking wanna tempt fate and show you?
It's like, perhaps you should learn some more martial arts. Relying on guns is, even though he looks at his gun, it's not really worth anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Anyway, I am tempted to have you play my theme, but I feel like that might be tempting fate. What do you guys think?
Play your theme!
Alright, play the theme.
Play the theme! Alright, oh, shoot. Looks like it deleted it. No, just kidding.
Alright.
Alright, your theme is now playing.
So, gonna do a kamikaze attack, so 5 plus 5, that's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Let's hope this works.
You might want to reroll.
No. Yeah.
Oh, you rolled them both then.
Enter. There we go. That's the roll I was trying to make.
Not bad! Okay, not bad at all. That's a frickin' 18. He notices what you've done, and at that point, like, it was just so fast. Oh wow, I don't think he dodged that. No, I don't think he dodged that at all.
He got a 9.
Shoot, so
he
yeah.
He got a 9.
Yeah, he's gonna take he does have armored, by the way. So let's see, you're using your guns as normal, correct?
Yeah, so I have a DX2.
A DX of 2? Okay, you do half damage.
Okay.
So 9 times 1/2, so you do round it up.
Yeah.
That's 4 damage.
4 damage. Alright.
As you So you can describe how the bullet kind of pings off of him, but it leaves him with the bruise, metallic bruise.
Yeah. So basically what happens is, he makes the kick, there's a little bit of dialogue as he's holding his leg there, and then I rush in, jab the gun to his chest, and pull the trigger. And unfortunately, he's got some pretty thick armor, so it only gets a little ways in, but it still puts a chink in said armor.
You see him go, animate, as he's, like, surprised that you rushed him like that, and he does exactly as you do. Do you continue your description?
Yeah, and, I guess I attack one of the ninjas as well, probably one of the ones closer to, someone Have they grabbed Watchmen yet, or are they still trying to get to
your
them?
teammates have Watchmen, they're just surrounded by the ninjas now. And the monstrosity.
And I'll use my... yeah, in that case, I'll use my second shot to try and take out one of the ninjas that would be blocking their path.
I'm assuming it's not kamikaze, because you're already open to attack at this point.
Yeah. I doubt you would let me do that twice anyway.
If I did, I would say you'd be open to attack 2 turns at this point. I mean, it's up to you. You want to be open to attack for 2 turns, be my guest. But I'm assuming you don't want to get your socks rocked that fast?
Let's see. You did say we can't die unless we tell you we can die, right?
No, but terrible things can happen to you. There are consequences for going to 0-0, just not death unless you say, I want to die.
In that case, our main goal here is to get Watchmen out and keep them safe long enough for Alpha Knight to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, I'm feeling ballsy.
Oh gosh!
That's probably a terrible idea, but I'm feeling ballsy.
Isn't that my job to do YOLO moves like that?
It was! Jeebus. Okay.
Like, I'm the one that
Let's
would
see.
walk away from this.
That's a 9, a 12, that's a... I believe a 15?
That's a 15, and he only got a 4, so he's gonna take 11 times 2. You snipe one of these ninjas. By the way. Like, it just as
Great.
you point your gun in the other direction, boom! Hits him right in the back of the head. He's... Wait, what? Sorry?
Yeah, and like I was saying, I specifically aim for one that would clear the biggest path if possible.
Done. Of course, you realize it's kind of futile. They're stuck there as long as the monstrosity's puppy guarding them, but they do have an avenue to start getting some room.
Yeah. But it will give pursuit.
Oh, yeah. They actually get some move and can start moving some more due to this action. Either way, Kraus just looks at you and says, "You son of a..." He looks visibly frustrated. Not because of the bullet, but because of what you did next.
Yeah.
And Jules says,
You know, the heroes that are willing to die are always the most trouble, aren't they?
At this point, your theme starts as you can only feel immense pain after this point. But we'll cut to that scene in just a second. So, the ninjas are now vastly overwhelmed by the players, and they actually get a few good shots in and knock out another ninja. Thor Beldor, he goes in for a frickin' bite and, like, tears out enough flesh to knock the guy out but not kill him. And he says, "That's disgusting, I don't know why I did that, woof!" And, you know, the rest of them are... Sherry puts one in illusion successfully, and the Shadow Boxer, he grabs Alexander's unconscious body and starts dragging him along now, because he's still unconscious. And Silva does another punch to paralyze the next one, and now it's just the monstrosity in their way. As the monstrosity gives them chase, as they start trying to drag Watchmen away. Effectively putting these guys out of commission long enough for them to get out of the way. But with that, the diversionary team is up next, as they're currently still being onslaught. Thomas is pretty much on the verge of collapsing, and it looks like he's almost unconscious. But it seems like, again, our vampire girl has dispatched her own ninja and has come to aid, and they start tag teaming together. Shadowboxing girl is still having trouble with the other one, who has a light-based quirk and is having a hard time. Yes, Shaden, yes, you are. And with that, we go to the top of the order. I forgot you knocked him out.
I think I got ignored this initiative round.
You haven't been ignored yet. I'm going to Hive. So, the ninjas attack again. He says, "Again, my body is harder than steel! Behold, this fist of justice!" And, like, goes to punch you again in the face. Roll your pitiful defense.
Who's rolling for defense? I couldn't actually understand you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll your defense.
I can't, remember?
Why not?
Open to attack.
Oh, yeah, you did your frickin' Mantis thing. So he will
Which
do...
means 6 times 2, 12.
Yes, he'll do 12 damage to you as he just socks you right in front of the face, leaving a nice little scuff.
My reaction is, appropriately, "Oh, no, 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 no!"
Alright. Oh, no. You're way over there. And you
That's a
just
6.
mantis strike him again. He's getting...
Oh no, this is a different guy, I thought, because I thought the dragon got knocked out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the 50 guy now.
Yeah.
The steel guy.
You're doing great, by the way.
Yee. Oh.
Okay, he got an 8, so...
Hey.
He doesn't dodge, but you hit his steel body as hard as possible, or as fast as possible, but all you hear is clang, 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 and he's just like, yes! It doesn't even faze me one bit!
He really doesn't want to see what happens next.
Probably not.
Remember what happens when he gets me below that 2 health I have left?
Of course. And with that, go back to our gunslinger gal, and you see his gears just rev up again, super fast, and just come super hard on you.
Oh, right. Okay, so is he attacking me?
Yep,
And he's got 6.
a 6.
No. Okay, am I close enough that I can stab him?
You should probably defend. Oh wait, are you counterattacking?
I'm gonna try and counterattack, because that rolls more dice.
Yeah, you're definitely close enough to stab or shoot.
I'll try stabbing, because I don't want to lose a knife.
Okay.
Oh, no, crap.
Hmm.
We're even.
Alright, so there is actually a specific rule on countering when it comes to, let's see, the tie. Okay, the higher... Alright. So, for that one, it just looks like I'm gonna have to go based on the standard, you know. You know what? You don't really get anywhere, neither does he. Like, as he goes to attack, you attempt to stab, but he redirects his blow in such a way that it prevents you from stabbing. But it puts him in a very disadvantageous position, as his hand's now stuck through the ground. He's just... What? He's going to take a -1 to all dice rolls at this point.
Sweet. Can I use sniper rifle on the next... I mean, I lose my next turn, but the turn after that, can I use sniper rifle?
Well, obviously you lose this action, because you lose your next action, so you just can't attack this turn.
I know, but the next turn, can I use my sniper rifle?
You're way too close for that.
Darn.
But, again, he does take a -1 until your next attack. I'll give you that freebie.
Okay. Thanks.
And as his hand's stuck in the ground, he's still attempting to pull it out. He says, "You little biatch, I'll kill you!"
Too bad I can't attack him again while he's in this disadvantaged position.
And so with that, now I get to put on some dastardly music. Alright, let's put on the... Alright, and again, he's so pissed at you right now, as the music changes from your theme to his theme. And he just says,
Yep.
"How can... You're ruining everything. If it weren't for heroes like you, then maybe the world would be a better place. I'll just have to teach you a lesson. The old-fashioned way." And with that, he's going to do his most devastating move. And just attack you with the standard attack. He gets a whopping 12. 12 times 7. I'm doing my math. I'm doing my calculator. Okay, take 84 damage.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm down.
Okay, so here's what happens at this point. As he sees that you're open, what he does is he grabs... hold on, let me move my stuff out of the way of the camera, so just in case you can see the camera. He moves one of your hands in an unnatural position and pops it out so the bone's now protruding out of the center joint between your forearm and your bicep. At the same time, he now uses your other arm, that's still flexible, gets you in a position, taijutsu's the living crap out of it, and tosses you on the ground, twists it, you hear another resounding snap as your shoulder's now dislocated, puts his foot on your throat, and as he does this, you hear a crack as your windpipe goes in. And he says, "Die like a hero, then." Hoping that your windpipe's cracked enough so you can't say anything. Hoping. Doesn't mean it is. Oh, and also your little gas mask thing is totally destroyed at this point.
Yeah, no. I think I will get in a final jab and say,
Hey. God.
hey,
At least I went out with style.
And at this point, you feel a resounding kick to your face and black out. And he's just like, "This ends now." And just starts going towards the team. And with that, put you down like that. And at this point, let's see, give me one more second. Now that we got that going, let's do the victory. Alright, and with that, you guys hear like the platform beginning to raise up as you hear a resounding creak, 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 and you guys feel like it's stabilized. And for any, do you have like some way? Anyone have any way of viewing Magnata? If not, no big deal.
Psyduck came back now.
Psyduck did come back, and Psyduck shows you an image of Magnata like on her knees, like panting, but she looks relieved. And you hear a sigh in your head, like success.
Oh. Psyduck got help.
This sigh, translation alpha.
I have an evil smirk on my face despite being...
And as the guy's like flexing his steel abs, "You and your smirk won't get along too easily with these abs. What's so funny?"
Alpha Knight's here.
He like stops flexing for a second, gets a really weird look on his face. He's, well, okay, if you could see his face, but his like flexing shows like a different tone of flexing. He says, "Oh," as we cut to Kraus, as he just looks towards the distance, and he says, "He's here. It's about time." Of course, it's going to take Alpha a sec to get here, so we'll go through the top of the turn order again real quick, as the students are finally getting close to the entrance with Watchmen. And, again, Electric Guy and Kira, they take care of their ninjas, including the Shadow Girl. It's just up to you, as he's just like, "Then I'll finish you off before you even have a chance for him to come. He'll watch your dead body as I beat you to death with my muscles."
I go before him, don't I?
He goes before you. He's faster.
Okay. Go for it.
As he rolls his devastating attack that you can't defend against, but you totally can take away a lot of the damage. So it's going to be 12 times 2.
8. I'm down to 8 endurance.
8 endurance? Cool. As he just keeps pummeling you, bloodying you all the way. You take a -1 all your dice rolls at this point, of course.
Mm-hmm.
As he's just bloodying you, and you're barely standing. He's just like, "You're still awake? Die already!"
Yeah, I'm using 2 drama dice.
Okay.
Actually, a total of 3. I'm using 2 of the free ones.
Cool.
So yeah.
Go for it.
Aura! What the fuck is this shit?
It's really intense awesomeness.
You better fuck up his defenses.
He did. Got a 5.
Alright, well, I have a times 6, so I beat him by 5.
You got a 10. So yeah, that's good. So you beat him by 5. Nice. Very nice. 5 times 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, describe how, in your bloodied state and almost passed out state, you destroy the steel guy.
So picture the Mantis Strike. Now imagine if those claws in my image were out.
So this time you bring out the claws.
Oh yeah.
Obviously this would kill a normal person, but with your strike so powerful, so forceful, it hits him again, he's like, ha! I didn't feel a scratch! As it, like, his sides open up. Not, like, vitally, because he was so thickly armored, but it squirts out blood anime style. He's like, oh, it's not possible! You cut through it! As he just passes out.
Oh, I guess I'm limping over to the rest of the fight then. Emphasis on the word limping.
You limp successfully with the rest of the distractionary group. And Soraya comes to the top of the round with you, as you're still pretty close to him, so he generally, he really can't do much, besides, like, standard, like, kick you in the face, you know, if that makes sense. But he's still gonna kick you in the face, just so you know. Prepare for the ultimate kick of ultimate destiny! Oh, take away the 2. You got a 6.
You got 6 different ways.
Yes. Soraya, you're muted.
Oh, I'm not. I thought I was... Okay.
It's your turn. Defend. You got a 6. Oh, not bad. Oh, you're counterattacking.
Yes, I'm counterattacking.
Well, you don't necessarily breach his counterattack.
Use the dice, use the dice. Drama dice.
I have no drama dice.
She got no drama dice. You can buy one, though. 5 endurance.
You can buy multiple for increments of 5.
Yes. You can buy tons of drama dice, but remember, it doesn't come back naturally.
But the arc's almost over, so...
Can I ask what will happen if I don't use drama dice?
He's gonna get in another disadvantageous position again.
And no damage to me?
No damage to you.
Do it, it's overwhelming.
Wait, it's overwhelming. Yeah, it is overwhelming.
The overwhelming, guess it won't really apply, I guess, because you can't really defend against it, because you're both attacking. As you just kind of pepper him with bullets, and as you pepper his golden arm. But again, like, he's spending so much time keeping it in one position, it gives him another disadvantageous position.
Alright. Is he far enough away that I can use my sniper rifle next turn?
This circumstance in which you're in is impossible to use your sniper rifle.
Shoot. Okay, I guess that's all I can do. I'm not gonna get drama dice.
Alright, it's a smart move. With that, as you're thinking there's just no way for you to get past this person, all of a sudden, you see, like, his golden arm get, like, start going in a different direction, like, unnaturally. It says, what? What's going on? And then all of a sudden you hear him go, whoa! As he gets flung off into a different side of the arena. And you see Alpha Knight just floating down to you. Are you okay?
I nod my head yes, and look down in shame and because I didn't take care of him myself.
He just smiles at you. He says, you had him.
Thank you, sir.
Let's just say it's a hero's job to offer assistance where they can. And you did fine.
Again, thank you.
Do you know if any... Either way, I don't have much time. There's still people in danger. Magnata informed me of the situation. Hey, try and find a safe place. I've got it now, he says. Just remember, go beyond. Plus ultra.
Wait, would I have noticed Jewel go down?
No, you'd be too invested in this fight.
Alright. I guess I do as he says. I go to a safe place.
Yeah, I imagine that the rest of you managed to get far enough away that it was basically just a one-on-one. In an open and cool anime stuff.
Mm.
until Jewel got his teeth kicked in. But, that's still cool anime style, I guess.
It was pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. And with that, Alpha Knight begins flying across the field, surveying there, and she says, "Man, those students did really good. I'll have to compliment them when I'm done." As he sees, you're limping towards the rest of the group, and sees, this one golden white ninja with this giant behemoth, chasing after these group of students. And he says, "Villains! I see that you've made progress in trying to hurt these poor and innocent students. How low of you." And they say, "We've been waiting for you, Alpha Knight. It wouldn't have been much of a party without you. We had them on the ropes." The big behemoth merely just gives a thumbs up to this. He says, "It's over now. You know what this means," as he raises his hand. Kraus just merely folds his arms and says, "And what will you do now?" As Alpha Knight looks at his hands confused, and lifts again, and then he looks at his hands again as Kraus begins to chuckle. "Don't you see? This whole place was prepared for your burial ground. We know that you can't control water, and we also know that you can't control living beings. This whole place has been coated with saliva. Nothing is your weapon in here. You're powerless." Alpha Knight goes, as if he's visibly looks shocked for anyone viewing at this. As some of the students think, "Wait, Alpha Knight has weaknesses?"
I knew that.
And they'd be like, "How did you know that?"
Reasons.
Everyone gives you this, stare. Chee.
You know I know!
With that, Alpha Knight just levitates on the ground and he says, "Guess I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way." And he says, "The power of my body is my body." And with that, you kind of see him start to bulk up a bit. And, as you guys can, for those of you that are conscious and are visible, which should be everyone, except for Jewel, who will get this in the after message, he starts to bulk up a bit, and he says, "You may have guessed my weaknesses appropriately, but there's one weapon you forgot about," as he, finishes bulking up, and he gets to, his body mass is somewhere below Hulk status, but definitely above bodybuilder status.
So All Might. Just say All Might style.
Not quite that buff either. And he's like, "Wait, what? That's not possible. Your quirk isn't a body buffing quirk." He says, "You've underestimated the power of my quirk then." And he's just like, "No matter. This monstrosity should be strong enough to attack you and defeat you until you're dead." The monstrosity, that's just still way bigger than him, approaches him and just starts rushing up to him and, literally tries to, throw a fist at him. Alpha Knight catches the fist with his bare hands, and he just says, "Fool. Do you not understand how much stronger inanimate material is to animate?" And, throws the monstrosity back with the force of his one hand. And the monstrosity is shocked. He's never been thrown back before, as he looks back at it and says, "Small man, strong. Big Greg, afraid. No matter. Continue attack him. I'll offer assistance," as he pulls out his blades and they start having this combat. But Alpha Knight seems to be getting pushed back a tad, with the two of them kind of ganging up on him. As you see your Ultralisk, by the way, this is to you, Hive. Your Ultralisk mass has been slowly eating a section away of the saliva and slinks back to you, obviously in defeat. But Alpha Knight catches this and just gives you a thumbs up as he's barely holding them off. And he grabs that section of unsalivated material while they're not looking and throws it at Kraus. Kraus is like, "What? Not possible!" And a section of concrete just slaps into him and pins him to the ground. As the monstrosity's like, "Kraus, no!" And he says, "Don't..." Sorry.
Sorry, this is against the spirit of anime, but I must do it.
Okay.
While they're having their epic showdown, I will be healing.
What are you doing?
Healing people? The thing I do?
Yeah, sure. You'll be on.
I know it's against the spirit, but...
What do you mean? Sakura does it all the time in Naruto.
That's fair. Shit.
You can start healing people. Everybody needs healing.
Do that.
As you're kind of healing people, he gives you that thumbs up as he's got that approval of just,
Who's the worst off? No, I guess it's Jewel or Shaden. I mean.
Oh, Alexander's definitely the worst off. He's fully unconscious and most of his bones have been broken.
All right, well that's 15.
The law of RPGs. You can't heal a party member until you revive them.
You can stabilize him with that roll.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But he needs serious medical care.
Well, healing symbiote's being stuck in him so he doesn't die.
Yes. It will stabilize him from dying. As you see Alpha Knight just going, "Now I'll teach you a lesson, and you'll need to learn it quick. The only true heroes who are true of freedom and justice will truly be able to succeed in this world. Standing on the foundation of truth, this fist will bring to light all that is dark. All power is in my body!" He shouts as his one side of his body bulks up even bigger and hits the giant beast right in the center of his red beating heart. And you see it crack for a second as it just coughs up a ton of blood and collapses. And Kraus finally manages to get off the piece of concrete. It's just "No, Greg! Alpha Knight, you no hero. You're a monster. That's what you'll always be. To the world. Perception is everything, my friend," says Alpha Knight. As he says, "Your plan's foiled. I've bested you." Kraus is "Maybe this time. But it's not over." As you guys all kind of hear a voice. And it's kind of coming from all angles. As it states, no. This can't end like this. Another time, perhaps. But they're not quite ready. Alpha Knight, you have exceeded my expectations again. And he says, "Show yourself! I know you're there, Nemesis." He says, "Another time, perhaps. But it's not yet time to show myself. After all, I can't have you besting a newly formed Outer Haven just now." As you see those Acme portals start popping up and they all start slipping into them before Alpha Knight can pull them out. And they just slip away one at a time, including the unconscious ninjas. And he just says, "No, not again! I'll get you if it isn't the last thing I do. Another time, perhaps. But I must aid my associates, you must understand." And the voice goes away as the Acme portals dissipate, as Alpha Knight just slams his massive fists into the ground and de-transforms. It's just dang it, I'll never forgive him. No matter. And goes up to you, Jewel, and he puts his hand, a finger on your body, and says, the inanimate material in his body's all kinds of dorked up. I'll stabilize him. And just forces his finger on you like he's doing a percussion to stabilize your heart, even though it's not your heart. And just stabilizes you real quick. He can't heal you since he's not really focused on healing you at this point, but he does stabilize you from, choking to death.
I thought Hive did that.
Wait, what?
I did that, remember?
Who did that?
Me.
Oh, I thought you were healing Alexander.
Was he worse off?
Yeah, way worse off.
Then yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, whoever's closest to dying was the one getting healed.
It was Alexander, since he had multiple broken organs, broken bones. I mean, he was literally crushed by the behemoth. Jewel was just slowly choking to death, that's all. They were both pretty bad, but one was going to die quicker. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
As Alpha Knight just stabilizes you and your vocal cords, at least your throat finally opens up, and he says, "We'll need to get Bombshell in here if you're going to survive this." As he begins levitating away towards this group. "Are all of you okay?" And
as my jaw's just hanging loosely, just shake hand back and
what a relief. He looks at you, he's like, you'll be fine, Hive. Thanks for healing others. Bombshell should be here shortly. I managed to repair the lift and the communications. It seems they had some type of device. It wasn't quirk-based.
Okay.
And with that, Bombshell rushes to the scene and just says, "Oh my gosh, are you all okay?" She looks at you and says, "You'll be fine, Hive."
You do realize I was literally at 2 endurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no health?
Yeah, they look at you and they say, "You're gonna be fine."
Alright, at least I'm honest.
And she says, "Is there anyone else? I see you're kind of handling Alexander. Do you know anyone else that needs healing?" Alpha Knight just merely points to Jewel. "You want to take care of him first. I stabilize his breathing patterns, but he's pretty messed up. It seems Alexander is stabilizing people over here. Come back to them when you're finished with Jewel." She says, "On it, Alpha Knight." And Alpha Knight continues directing the scene from this point. But he is open to conversation at this point as well. Jewel, you actually gain consciousness now. As you see that your face is being nuzzled in between two voluptuous now double F-sized boobs. You don't have any health. I'm just gonna give you 10 endurance at this point. Okay, 1 health, 10 endurance. Let's put it 5 health, 10 endurance. I made up my mind. 5 health, 10 endurance.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Show me a potato salad.
Just to get you enough to wake up, even though we'll discuss your permanent injury once you get to look in the mirror. And she says, "Oh man, Jewel, can you hear me?" Snaps at you. "Jewel!"
Jewel's just lying there like, I can already tell this is a part of the job I'm just gonna love.
You were reckless. She slaps you.
Maybe she shouldn't do that since she's currently on F-power.
Yeah. And Jewel just says, "Hey, kept him busy long enough for the big guns to show up."
You reckless buffoon. I barely could stabilize you. You were so close to dying. If it wasn't for Alpha Knight, I think you'd be dead by now.
Probably.
She just holds you very close. Don't worry. We're here for you, though.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
Don't look at your left arm, by the way. Just a heads up.
I love that kind of phrase. Just don't do the thing that you're going to do because I told you not to.
Oh, cool. I'll get to get a cool robot arm. Soon,
do you want a cool robot arm?
Soon, my arm will become the revolver.
So, do you want a robot arm?
Look,
If he gets a robot arm, can I call him
it
Trigon?
probably won't happen yet, because let's be honest, given how reckless Jewel is, he's gonna get damaged more.
Cool robot arm it is, it sounds like. She says, "Don't look at your left arm, by the way."
Yeah.
As she's just wrapping your right arm.
Yeah. For now, it's probably still functional. Next time it takes a hit, though, yeah.
Are you sure I can give you a cool robot arm?
No, for now it's still functional. Next time we put it in an exoskeleton, and then the next time after that, full-on robot arm.
Like I said, I can
You
replace it with
gotta
illumination
take
spikes.
this one step at a time, you know?
I can replace it with a supervision arm that shoots spikes.
We'll worry about giving him extra abilities another time. When he's tier 2. Either way, she just says, "Look, your left arm's pretty much in a bad way. I did what I could right now, but it's gonna take a couple days of rehabilitation. In other words, what I'm saying is, you may not have the full function of your left arm at this point."
I'll live.
That's not what I'm worried about. You might not have a chance to be a pro hero if you keep taking wounds like that.
Well, I guess I'll just have to avoid doing that in the future.
Who did you go up against?
I think he said his name was Corvus.
Interesting. Corvus. Alpha Knight interrupts. It's Kraus. Kraus? The name's Kraus. One of the leaders of the Outer Haven army. It's unfortunate he came across him. He's lucky to be alive. She says, oh my. If that's what Alpha Knight says, then I'm gonna have to believe you went against a terrifying foe. Did you at least succeed in being a hero?
He only hit me because I went out of my way to help the others.
She smiles and starts crying a single tear. You big oaf. You remind me a lot of Watchmen when he was younger. She kind of gives you a knuckle sandwich on that remark. Out of game, here's the negative status effect you're going to take. From time to time, I'll call upon a negative roll, a -1 to any maneuver you do to your left arm, and I'll call for it at random.
Okay.
In other words, just the way it's described,
Basically, every now and again, it'll get stiff.
it'll get stiff, just from, taking severe damage, and most of the cartilage is pretty much destroyed at this point. But there's still enough for it to be functional. As she just says, again, just don't look at your left arm. I haven't finished bandaging it, as you can kind of feel some pain as she's trying to put it back in, but she's like, oh man, if you give me if we can get back to my office, I can relieve the stress that's on my boobs, and well, don't get any perverted thoughts or anything, and I can come back and do some more healing procedures. Just
Oh my god, Psyduck! Release!
Psyduck just shakes his head. Psy!
I throw Psyduck like a pop.
Psy!
Like one of the clay pigeons.
And Bombshell's just like, that little Psyduck won't be I will literally destroy this entire building if I do it here.
Yeah.
Fun.
Wait, is Jewel able to stand?
No.
Yeah, okay.
You're pretty messed up still.
Yeah.
You're lucky to be conscious.
Yeah, Jewel says, just bandage my arm and worry about the others. My sister can take me to the infirmary.
Don't worry. We'll have a couple other professionals with your sister. You kind of hear, like, ambulance sirens, people with, like, ambulance sirens on their, like, uniforms rolling through the elevator. They'll be here shortly. I did what I could to stabilize you. I'll just keep you in my arms for now, okay? Just don't get any funny ideas. She winks.
Jewel is completely unfazed by boobs.
You remain unfazed as you're comforted by these massive F-cups holding you in between and whatnot. Moving on to the scene with Soraya the girl. Soraya the girl, what have you been doing?
I will be comforting Carmine.
Oh, okay. Anything you want to say to him?
I'll say, are you okay?
He just says, I finished the Mickey Mouse. Believe it or not, he almost got done fixing, well, the elevator shaft. Of course, Alpha Knight helped fix everything else that I couldn't take care of.
That's good. Did great.
I think Alpha Knight would have had a harder time getting in here if I didn't do those repairs. It would have taken him longer, at least. So thank you for giving me the courage, or at least tell Jewel that.
I'll tell Jewel. I'll thank him for you.
Thank you. He says as he continues just sketching in his notepad. I hope everyone's okay. Is anyone hurt?
Jewel's out. Bombshell's take care of him.
Oh no,
And
Jewel? He looks a little sad.
And Alexander got beat to a living pulp, but Hive's taking care of him.
He just sighs. Is this what it means to be a hero?
I guess so.
I don't know if I can do this. He looks sad.
I patted him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, we're still in training. We will we'll get there. At least none of us died."
He looks at that comment like with wide eyes and just like, yeah, I guess you're right. and with that, he just gets like this really sunken face as he's just like, I couldn't save them though. I couldn't save them. And just starts shaking and just walks towards the elevator.
Hey, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm always willing to listen.
It looks like he heard you, but he just keeps walking. And Alexander, what's going on? Oh, excuse me, not Alexander. I just think you're Alexander 2.0, just so you know. But Hive, how's your what have you been doing?
Mostly going around healing people. It's what I do.
Anyone you want to have conversations with in particular?
Nah.
While you're
busy
healing? Okay.
Nah.
Well, Alpha Knight does come up.
Hyper-focus.
Mm-hmm. Alpha Knight does come up to you and say, "Hey, good job stabilizing these students. Appreciate your work. I'll help you."
Okay.
As he like puts his finger on a few people and then just does like a press and he says, "Stabilize." All right, put the symbiote in them. That should do some more healing now that they're stabilized.
Hey.
You know, part of me just pictures Hive stabilizing people by vomiting bile into their mouths.
You're not far off.
With that, the paramedics eventually come and just start hauling everyone away. Again, mostly everyone was injured, except for Carmine and Jewel's sister and Magnata. Magnata was just extremely exhausted in Alpha Knight. But everyone else had taken either severe or minor damages. 2 of which were almost lethal. We'll actually make that 3 because of Watchmen.
Yeah, but he's a big hero boy. He can take it.
Yeah, he could. Of course, it will go later on, so we'll kind of go to the news report for the night. Not saying that you guys didn't do anything tonight, but the news report everyone notices is that it's confirmed now. The organization Outer Haven has made their official debut by attacking the Sea Dome of the Freedom University. Alpha Knight heroically saved the day after dealing with his arch nemesis Thantos, and helped many of the students to recovery, organizing many of the heroic rescue efforts. Talk about a great rescue lesson from Alpha Knight himself. You betcha, Shayla. My name's Dan, reporting on the scene. Tell us what you think of what's going on. Pointing the camera to Hive. How do you feel about Alpha Knight and his heroics?
He did a good job. I don't know what people are looking for here.
Of course, he did a great job. He's the best hero. Best hero ever. Best.
Yeah, I'm busy. Bye.
Okay, so he's busy. But we got news from this man who looks kind of weird. He does say Alpha Knight did a great job. Quote that for me. Alpha Knight did a great job. Alright, this is Fox News tuning out. This is CNN reporting on live. Tell us what you think. Jewel being wheeled out by a little ambulance person. Tell us, what do you think of Alpha Knight's heroics? What did you think of the horrific event? We heard that you were one of the ones that took potentially a fatal blow. How did that feel? What was it like? What happened? Give us your side of the story.
Where does paramedic you're looking for?
Jewel basically...
The paramedic's like, can you not question him? He's kind of in a bad way. He gave consent. Look at him. He's talking.
Jewel puts a hand up to the medic and is like, the only way to get rid of them is to give them what they want. And Jewel just says, hop in, I'll tell you the whole story.
Okay, so this is CNN going for a drive with one of the most critically injured students. Big scoop. Probably a way to get dirt on Alpha Knight for not doing a good enough job. That dirty Alpha Knight. As he hops in the car with you.
Yeah.
You want me to punch him? I'll do it.
And Joel does actually tell him basically the whole story. So, nothing he can use as dirt against Alpha Knight.
And he's just like, kind of disgruntled grunt. And once again, Alpha Knight does an immaculate job. This is CNN fake news tuning out.
You're not supposed to actually say the fake news.
Oh, right, sorry. CNN tuning out. And this is from ABC News. What did you think of the news? We heard you were the valiant sniper that guarded the students. Tell us what you say. Excuse me, miss? Miss, excuse me, can you speak up? You're not moving your mouth at all, miss.
Is Soraya even talking right now?
She is. She's muted herself again.
Okay.
Soraya.
I've been trying to say, can I avoid these people?
Yeah, you could just keep avoiding them. It's like, come on, say something.
Might have to jump a few fences, though.
I'm stupid. I could have just Yonteen mapped him.
Can I just use art invisibility so that they never see me?
You can just walk away. Is it like, and this is CNN with nothing good to speak of besides Alpha Knight's amazing. Thank you again. Back to you, Tom. And once
Give us some real fucking news.
Fox back to so everyone clicks back to Fox News, and that's the scoop. Alpha Knight saved the day. Students heroically did their best. It seems like they'll be fine. Apparently, the law will not be prosecuting judges since they will be protected under this state's Good Samaritan law. And we heard this from Watchmen. I don't want to talk. You heard it from Watchmen. He still doesn't want to talk even today. Back to you, John.
By the way, when I think it was the ABC reporter who's done interviewing Jewel.
It was CNN. Fake news.
Yeah, CNN. Jewel just says, "You can get out now," even if the ambulance is still moving.
He's just like, "Are you crazy? I'm off the air. I'm not gonna jump out." As the ambulance guy's like, "Yeah, why don't you jump out? That'd be nice. Do us all a favor." And he's just like, "That's so cruel. You're lucky you have a flight quirk." As he flies out. And the ambulance guy's like, "Lucky you had a flight quirk, or we could get prosecuted." I'm protecting a patient. I'm protecting under protecting a patient law, or whatever. Anyways, you'll be fine now. So, Jewel, you're going to go to the hospital for emergency care. Same with Alexander and Watchmen, so you guys will kind of be in the same place. But does anyone want to do anything for the rest of the day?
Yeah, go to a buffet and refill.
Yeah, you've been sent to a buffet to heal up.
Because I just imagine at this point the buffet is like, oh no!
Not him again! Dolores, get the horse!
This is canon! This is canon now. Dolores gets the horse.
We'll go away. We track Lena now.
You pay big money now. Remember, leave big tip. And they prepare your feast. They named the feast is named after the horse, and it's named Charlie. You get the Charlie meal today.
I thought Charlie was a unicorn, though.
Quiet, you. They took off the horn and sold it already.
It's a magical you Florida.
Those monsters.
With that, does anyone want to be doing anything for the night? Like, any special interactions?
Well, I'm in hospital, so...
I mean, you can technically talk with Alexander and, Watchmen who are there. I'll cast it up. Bombshell's being very attentive.
Because that's going to be an exhilarating conversation.
One very heroic guy with two brooding guys.
One gushes about Alpha Knight and being buff, and the other one gushes about darkness.
And the other one doesn't say anything at all, so it's just like the most brooding conversation of all time.
Yeah.
Alright, so no special interaction. Alexander, is there anything you want to do after going to the buffet and mostly recovering?
Why do you keep calling me Alexander?
Oh, sorry, you're Alexander 2.0 in my mind, sorry. Hive?
Why am I Alexander 2.0?
You just remind me a lot of him, that's all.
Okay.
And the way you solve situations.
You mean when I have a hammer, treat everything like a nail?
When you have a hammer, you treat everything else as the nail.
Okay.
Exactly, just like how you respond. It's the same way. See, Shaden's, to me, is basically frickin' Jebediah 2.0, and you're frickin' Alexander 2.0.
And yet he has never called me Jebediah, hence why he likes me better than you.
Oh, sorry, snap!
Get wrecked, scrub.
That's because he doesn't call Jebediah. He calls him Cowman.
There's an actual Jebediah.
Cow guy and Jebediah are two different people.
They are.
Oh, you're two different people.
But yes, Hive, any special conversations you want to have then tonight? Nobody you want to visit?
Nah, I'm good.
And since you didn't use your special prototype, it's still viable for the one-time use in the festival.
It's going to be hilarious.
4 days from now.
I'd like to remind you who convinced you not to waste that now.
I just had to, try a different strategy then.
A different strategy.
I'm just beating it.
Oh no, you're probably going to honestly enjoy the prototype.
I'm sure.
So it sounds like nobody wants any special interactions at this point. We'll continue with
I will interact with these cheetahs.
That's fair. With that, there's just more conversations about how crazy the Outer Haven is. You guys do notice one thing. For those of you that go back to the dorm, which is just Hive and Soraya and the rest of the gang, except for the 3 that are brooding in the hospital for the next couple days. You guys notice that part of the forest has been cleared out, and a new section of buildings has been put up relatively quickly, and they say U.S. military.
Huh. I'm going to cautiously approach.
And with that, you see men in black suits that are standing at the gate. These aren't just you recognize them as Quirks Division members. Actually, the tense situation is just the wrong music. Just investigative music will do fine. But you recognize these people as Quirks Division, and they say, "State your business."
I'll mentally say how many guards are there? 2?
It's 2 at the gate, but it's a military installation, so there's plenty around.
I'll mentally say to the 2 guards, just curious as to what is going on.
We're doing an investigation of Outer Haven. They've broken international law and American law, so it's now under the military jurisdiction. Quirks Division will be handling this. The rest is classified, young lady.
Understood, and I walk away.
You walk away as you see a man in a black suit with a red visor. You recognize this as Venture. As he's...
I want to do this. I know it's stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway.
What are you going to do?
Read his mind.
You get nothing.
Well, he's a politician. Of course there's nothing to read.
As you try to read him, it's like his mind is not even there. Like, you just literally, there's like no mind to read. It's like there's no one there, if that makes sense. But he's right in front of you, but there's no one there.
I'll just stare and kind of let my jaw drop a little. It's like,
as he just says, as he looks at your direction and keeps walking.
He's a robot!
I'm going to go back to the dorm and open up my computer and look up Venture.
Venture, you know a little bit about him, just in general, but what you can find is that he is the leader of the Quirks Division, and there's a lot of rumors that go around about him. He is a total douchebag. That's confirmed, not rumor. But what is rumor is that he has a license to kill, and what isn't rumor, though, is that he nullifies quirks to the basic human factor. If you have a quirk, all they know is that it just doesn't work around him. Or you get turned right back to your human self. There's even YouTube videos to show it. For the few things that weren't considered classified.
Oh my god, could I just have him follow me around all day? That'd be great.
Yeah, theoretically, everything would turn normal for you. If you're around him.
And so that explains why I couldn't read his mind.
Yeah, you just couldn't read his mind. You can't talk to him either. Like, you're literally mute whenever you're around him.
I'm going to be carried around a notepad with me from now on.
Yeah, because you can't communicate with him. Normally.
Or when he's near you by the sounds of it.
He can't even hear you. That's also the bad side.
So it doesn't matter how far away I get. If he's still within my range, I can't do nothing. I can't talk to him.
As far as you know, he nullifies all quirks that actively go against him or that are within his vicinity. So if you use a quirk on him, it just doesn't work.
So it's impossible to talk to him with telepathy.
Telepathy would be literally impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Soraya has no way to talk to him unless she, like, writes it out. But, again, that's the...
I mean, I'm sure Cal learned sign language, right?
Hopefully. Did you learn sign language?
I think I would have.
Okay. So, if you know sign language, you could communicate to them that way.
Mm-hmm.
You might be a little rusty since you haven't used it in a while.
I would laugh if she just never bothered because she had telepathy.
That would be funny if you did.
Actually, come to think of it, I'm just trying to decide. Did I learn sign language? It's not in my bio, so...
There's a very good chance you didn't, though. This is your chance to say if you did or didn't.
This is you must choose wisely.
And if you did learn sign language, I'm going to say you're super rusty at it. Because you have never used it once. Since you learned it.
I think I would have learned a few things.
Okay, so you have basic sign language.
I could do the alphabet. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so you don't know sign language. Perfect. That's basically what you told me. You don't know sign language, except you could do letters, and it would be much faster to write, let's put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can't communicate to him unless you write things out. Anyways, moving on. That's a side note. But with that, you guys notice that for those of you that go back. For those of you that are in the hospital, Jewel, you overhear that from Bombshell that, oh, and just so you know, things might be a little different when you go back. The military's going to be here for about a week investigating the new leads from Outer Haven. So once you get back there in the next day or two, just be expecting some changes.
Oh, hooray. Military involvement. That's always the most fun.
If it wasn't for Venture, it might actually be fun, but it's not going to be a pleasant week. She just sighs and says, "Are you ready for your treatment for the hour?"
Sure, get it over with.
As you hear your sister who's been visiting you saying, "Well, I want treatment."
Don't break your arm then.
That's a great idea. She starts running out, trying to run out the window, but Bombshell catches her and says, "Not again!" And just sits her down. "And don't move, or I will actually injure you, and I won't have the obligation to heal you." She says, "Fine. I'll find a way to accidentally injure myself," and storms out the room. And she says, "That doesn't involve tripping down the stairs," and she says, "Dang it!" Anyways, back to what I was doing. She places her boobs in between your face again and continues the healing process. Moving on to the next day, the actual next day. This is the morning of. I'm going to say you're pretty much full. Since your wounds weren't as catastrophic as Alexander's, Alexander's going to be stuck in the hospital for another day. You and Watchmen are free to go, though.
Do I have a cast?
Yes, on your left arm.
Yeah, I was thinking as much.
And, of course,
right.
you know, Mr. Taxi, Quirk Taxi, comes up to pick you up, of course.
Alright, so I guess we head back to the dorm.
To the dorm. Doodle. You make it back to the dorm about the time you normally wake up. Conveniently. As Watchman just kind of was brooding the entire time, and he says, I don't get it. Technically, I'm not supposed to say anything, or I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to, but how did they even know we were there? Watchman's kind of like all bandaged up. He's like got wherever he has exposed skin, he's bandaged because he just had severe burn marks essentially, and it's kind of muffled when he speaks. I just don't get it. How did they know that we were here? Sorry, I'm just talking to myself.
Well, if you have classes down written on a computer system, they could have gotten it that way. Otherwise, the only other way would have been if a teacher let it slip.
That's the only other way, because Kokoro has this place locked down with their own written language and her own written anti-hacking and virus software, and we know she physically controls it. So there's no way any normal person could have got through that. That does leave me to that next conclusion, but who would do something like that?
An asshole.
In that case, you either have a mole or a Hagrid.
You make good points. These are the things I'm thinking. I'm gonna go talk to my friend Phaser. He might have a better clue. He might be on this, or worst case, if we know, since Venture's gonna be there, I'd rather not talk to him, but he might have an idea.
Poor Hagrid.
Indeed.
Poor Hagrid. Hagrid is the cause of his own problem.
Doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Shouldn't have said that.
Either way, I'm not sure if it was a blessing that Alpha Knight wasn't there initially. That could have been bad if Alpha Knight was there to begin with. The damage that you did to their group was substantial enough that Alpha Knight had an easier time. I'm pretty sure that without your help, Alpha Knight would have been overwhelmed in that case.
I'm glad to know I was of use.
I saw the recordings based on the video feed while we were recovering. You did a good job, but you got your ass handed to you.
I'm handed. I'm going to bed.
It's okay. You can take a break from classes today. You earned it.
Okay.
Oh,
Goes to bed.
just be on time tomorrow for the physicals. We're going to be skipping class that day for the physicals. It's mandatory, he says.
Jewel looks at his cash and says, meh, I can get away with one arm.
He just chuckles to that. And your teacher limps towards his classroom.
Yes.
Any special...
So Jewel...
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so Jewel just beelines for the rich dorm and goes to bed.
You are not stopped this time. And
oh my god! It's a miracle!
Yep, the random encounter roll rolled a successful nat 12, so you're good. It is a miracle for you, at least now, as you successfully plummet.
Yes, I managed to get inside the enemy base without being spotted.
But you do notice the pain in your left arm. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just sleep on top of it. It'll go numb after a while.
Done. Alpha and Soraya, what are you two up to today? It's gonna be a standard day of class.
Well, I told you I was going to be fucking with people using, what's it called? Yeah, gravy blood.
The what?
Gravy blood.
Oh, yeah, so you're just gonna be on the side making gravy blood during classes?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
How else would I fuck with people?
That's fair. So let's...
with a condom, presumably.
I said fuck with people, not fuck people.
He made a valid point, though. Alright, so you're doing the thing while listening to that. Soraya the girl, is there anything you're doing? By the way, you all notice that there's Quirks Division members everywhere at school.
I'll occasionally read the minds of the Quirk Division members, see if they're... I want to know what they're up to.
No matter how hard you look into their minds, it never seems to work.
Gosh dang it.
I'm not even gonna let you roll on that. It's not possible at your current level. But they just walk around and they just give you a dirty glare each time you do it, though.
So they're aware you're trying, even if, you know, you're not succeeding.
Mm-hmm. So how are they pulling it off?
Look, I'm just saying it's just not possible at your level.
Okay.
They're that strong, is what he's saying.
They've
Pick
been
the
trained.
best.
They've been trained to recognize psychic paper. It's just blank paper.
Of course, eventually you do it. If you keep doing it, you notice that they get more and more angry. It seems one of them's going to approach you if you do it again.
I'm going to quit it.
Okay.
Yeah, quitting's a good idea.
But with that, class continues, of course. Let me just drag the few of you that are still alive. I mean, not dying. I mean, recovering. Sweet. Dragging and dropping, dragging and dropping. Except for you. And you. You're okay. And you're okay. Perfect. So, anything else you want to do besides learn another lesson from the teach?
Not I.
Okay. Soraya the girl, I'm assuming you muted yourself again?
No, I didn't. I'm just thinking.
Okay. It's just your silence always means you mute yourself or something.
I mute myself a lot. So, can I just check on Carmine and see how he's doing?
Yeah, you kind of scooch up to him a bit in your chair as he's just kind of taking notes, and the watchman's drowning on in his bandages, like, and that's the importance of ambush tactics. Now remember clearly that in all situations, not just assassination, blah 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 blah, this type of style works better for this circumstance, blah 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 blah, and never find yourself in this circumstance, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's kind of droning on. Carmen's like, I'm kind of in the middle of taking notes. What? Is everything okay?
Never do this. Only villains do this.
And only villains do this.
I'll say I just wanted to check up on you to see how you were doing.
I'm okay. Just kind of want to be left alone.
All right. I leave him alone.
All right. You do successfully this time. You do so successfully.
I'm good. Great.
And with that, he's like, all right. And that's the end of the lesson today. Just so you know, try not to get in the way of the Quirks Division members. They are performing a professional investigation. Blah, 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 blah. If you can, just don't get caught if you do mess with them. Don't say I said that.
Don't worry, they all know you said that.
I know, but they can't do anything yet. Yet.
Stares out window.
You see, like, one of the Quirks Division members just, like, inching up the window, doing the I see you thing, and then lets himself down.
I want to spritz him with a water bottle, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Watchman glares back. They have no authority in my class, but the moment I walk out of here, I'm dead. So good luck. Have fun. Have fun, everyone. Go to the next class. I think it's Napoleon's class is next. And with that, the next bell rings. Anybody want to do anything special?
Nope.
Finding meaning in life would be nice.
Okay, you find meaning in life. Congratulations, you rolled successfully.
Jewel is sleeping the entire day.
You hear a knock on your door, Jewel? Looks like the round encounter button did not favor you this time.
Oh, god damn it. Jewel drags himself out of bed, walks over to the door, opens the door. What?
It's actually your good old friend that you've known for so long, probably only a few days, Cado. As he's just like, hey, I need a favor from you.
Okay.
Thank goodness. No one's been able to no one was gonna take me up with this. Okay, look. I've seen all the good you've been doing. You saved everyone, and the saving exam, that was really awesome of you. You were number one, and everything that you've been doing, you've been helping so many people out, so I just knew I should come to you. So let me just give you those props right away. And scientifically speaking, I think you're the best choice. Let's just be frank. But anyway, sorry, let me get to the point. I know you're a busy man, as he looks at your pajamas. Busy, he puts in quotation marks now. Okay, so look, I know you don't want to hear the whole story, but my family's going through divorce, and this legal battle is getting a little intense, and they're trying to get full custody over my sister. And quite frankly, none of them are smart enough to take care of my sister. She'll die in their hands. I can't let that happen. So I'm going to go represent myself in court and totally wreck all their lawyers. But this is going to take me about 3 days. But the thing is, my sister I can't quite take care of my sister while representing myself. So you kind of see the problem I'm having?
Sorry, his sister can't what?
Okay, let me explain this one more time to you. Just try and get it this time.
While he's in court.
I can't take care of my sister while I'm in court. And
okay.
My sister, as you know, is the Mex AI core, built personally by myself and assisted by Rick Sanchez, who basically made it work and saved my sister's life. Or at least a few brain cells of her that are actually still alive. But it's still her, I promise. So look, my mech core needs constant maintenance every month. And it's just that time of the month where I need to do maintenance on it. But I'm going to be at court during that day. So, again, there's a certain type of fluid in the core. I will have it clearly labeled on my table. Here's the key to my dorm. Hand you the key. Without it, it will overheat. That day's coming up in 3 days. The day I have to present myself at court. So, I need you, on this day, I'll have the core out and ready for you. And the liquid. Just remember, I can't be there. I will be at the hearing. And I can't do it there. You must be able to do it because this is a time-spaking process of about a 3-hour process. To insert the fluid and make sure the process goes. Most of the computers are automated, but we need a person there to do it. I know. Really complicated. Are you following me?
Jewel, a few sentences ago, already started pulling out his phone and recruiting people, mainly his sister.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I see that you're working on this. Again, I'll also leave blueprints. Worst case scenario, something goes wrong. And, again, I don't think anything will go wrong, but, again, there's blueprints there. Again, thank you so very much. I trust you with this key. It's a spare. Oh, and here's a bunch of codes to get into all the security systems. I'll change them out when you're done, of course. Did you get all that?
Jewel takes the key, takes the codes, and says, "Alright, is that everything?"
Yeah, that should be everything. Again, 3 days. It's today, the next day, and the next day. So literally a day before the festival. I need you to not let her die, please. I'm begging you. My sister means so much to me. She's the last thing I hold dear. My family's getting separated, and I hate to feel like a sob story, but I'd really appreciate if you kept my sister alive.
I think I can manage that.
Great, he says. I trust you full heart as he picks up a suitcase. I'm leaving now.
Closes door.
And with that, he closed the door successfully.
Yeah. Close door. Throw keys and codes onto desk. Mark calendar. Go back to bed.
You do so successfully. Back to everyone else at school. The next lesson goes by flawlessly. Well, as flawlessly as Napoleon could speak English, of course. And that is important history. After Alpha Night, called Golden Time of Alpha Night Age. A vast 20 years of glorious villain butt-kickery and a subsequent peace-building time. Did everyone understand? I know I had a hard time getting through that.
I nod. I understood.
Just don't care.
I'm gonna take that as compliment since you're mimicking accent.
Okay.
Excellent. Anybody else? Well, if that's all, there's not a lot left to teach today. But, oh, yes. Perhaps some news always is good. Does anybody want me to turn on the news or something else?
News sounds good.
You do you, boo.
Oh. Oh, understood. Do you. You do you. That translates differently in Russia. Okay. It turns on news. And other news. The Quirks Division have made an official temporary home next to Freedom University. Will this bring controversy to the school, or will it bring a new light to this Outer Haven menace? Tune in next time. What's going on, Tom, in the outer cities? Well, it appears the hero killer is still making a few moves. He's getting closer and closer to Texas, where he's beginning to sense a pattern amidst his non-pattern patterns. Anyways, back to you, Jim, for the weather.
Uh-huh.
And the news keeps droning on about regular stuff. He says, the hero killer hasn't been caught yet. Quite surprising. Anyways, you guys can... I assume, Julie, you send messages to the group, right?
The group indefinitely, since she's a tech expert.
Gotcha, the group and your sister.
I received the text message, and after school, I go to visit you.
Do you knock on the door?
Of course.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'll stop you guys real quick. Alpha, do you spend more time continuing to develop your secret project? Or do you let it go for one day?
I need to finish it.
Okay. Okay, you keep working on it. So, the only people that are going to show up are your sister and...
Yeah.
So basically the people in the rich dorm. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jewel flings open the door. What?
Flinged open the door.
Did you hear that?
It's alright to
wait.
go.
I'm sorry. I'm spacing out. Yeah, I open the door and...
No, Jewel flings open the door and says, "What?"
What?
You texted me. You tell me. You're the one who texted me.
Didn't I say in the text?
Right. So about the serum, you know how to put it in?
She can figure it out. Jewel looks over your shoulder.
And she's just like slowly reaching for her butt.
Jewel, no. You don't. She's behind you, so you probably don't see it. But what you do see is Jewel just shaking his head over your shoulder.
Almost there. You hear audibly.
Like he makes direct eye contact and shakes his head no.
Aww. You hear an audible sighs. Again, you see from the corner of your eye, Jewel's sister, and she's like, "Oh hey, just wanted to say hi to my bestie roommate. How you been?"
I'm going to brainwash. Is there a way I could control her to think, yeah, I'm not your type again?
Probably, but it'll only last like a week or something.
You can try.
A week is the... Okay, would that be implant idea or mind control?
Mind control.
Ugh.
Her lady boner is just that strong.
It's the most powerful lady boner you've ever seen. Or felt. Ever. Man, it just really sucks when people don't have iron will, doesn't it?
Iron Will's the best.
Brain controller, once again, refreshing the brain controller. She's just like, ugh, looks at you in disgust.
I'm okay with that. I give a small smile.
Anyways,
And
big bro, I heard that we're doing something technological in the next, well, technically 2 days, or 3 as the text stated.
Did Cado give you the blueprints right then and there, or?
It's in his room, so no.
Yeah, alright, in that case, yeah, Jewel looked at his desk. Here, you can take the key and check the blueprints. I'm not giving you the codes yet. I don't want you causing mischief.
Oh,
More
bummer, caught
mischief.
me, she says as she kind of gives you a wry grin and just takes the key. Oh, well, in the next 2 days, you can bet you the AR core will stay cooled and healthy. I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on it. Perhaps she wants some attention. He. She giggles
Mm.
and skips off.
So, crazy question. Can we just leave this in Dusty's hands, or do we still have to do stuff to complete this quest?
Jewel just let's assume you didn't say the quest part, and then Jewel just looks at you and says, "It's my sister, and it's a female robot. My sister will fuck a robot."
Oh,
Would
you
fuck a
hear
robot given
as
the
you say
chance.
that.
Yeah, and Jewel just gives a slight pause before continuing. She needs to be supervised.
Oh boy.
My.
Oh, no, 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 no. You hear from the room again. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You think she fucked something up already?
I'm gonna go check out and see what the oh no's are about.
No, 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 no. All right. You go inside and you see the floor is glowing green.
She broke the coolant.
She says, this isn't what it looks like. Actually, it's totally what it looks like. I got the robot to orgasm. Ha, ha, ha. As you hear Friday saying, that freaking idiot! Who is she again? Why is my coolant like that? Why am I here?
Uh-oh.
She says, I might have effed up just a little bit. So, and while examining that, so I was working on a grease project beforehand. Forgot to wash my hands. Clumsy me. And, well, the gears I was working on left a lot of grease on my hands. So when I went and picked up the vial, well, you know, that led to this. And the floor is covered in this stuff.
But is the floor
boy.
lava?
No.
Then it's all good.
So, yeah. Are you okay, Cal? Says Dusty.
I just look around like, oh crap. He was right. We gotta keep an eye on her.
She wipes off her hands. See, look, hands clean now.
Yeah. Luckily, Cado hasn't left yet, so we can get a replacement. But this is just evidence that we need to supervise her while she's doing the
Oh,
work.
Cado's gone.
Thought he said he wasn't leaving until the day we needed to do it.
He said he needed to leave now, but he presents his case in 3 days. It just takes him 3 days to get there.
Yeah.
My bad. I don't think I phrased that correctly. Anyways, he's gone right now.
Did you?
And she says, good news is he left the blueprints for the coolant. Friday just starts cursing up a storm and then says, who are you again?
That's my sister, Dusty.
Oh, right. You're the #1 guy. That's who you are. I'm gonna die, am I?
Oh,
We can probably get someone to make a new batch. And as long as we keep my sister supervised, she should be able to fix you no problem.
Yeah, that's the problem, big bro. I don't have any of the stuff on this blueprint. She pulls out the blueprint and shows you and says, this is written in an alien language.
should we ask the AI to translate?
Uh,
I mean, I can't, but
she
No,
says,
no.
like, I don't know what Cado was thinking, but I think he might have overestimated intelligence. I don't know foreign languages outside of this world. She's shaking
I'll say-
visibly.
I'll think to Dusty. Hey, Dusty, why don't you ask the AI to help you translate blueprints?
Oh boy. She says, AI, what's this say? Oh, it was blueprints written by Rick Sanchez in such a way that the government couldn't figure out what it was written in. In other words, that it's in a language that only I can decipher. Ha ha. What are these blueprints again?
Oh gosh. I tell Dusty, ask her to translate the blueprint into English.
She gonna need an upgrade. But I think we can do that. Alright. So, in order to translate these blueprints, we're gonna need some parts. But we're gonna need to go on a scavenger hunt. I don't have all the parts, but I'm missing 2 pieces that you'll each need to get. This should be able to solve the blueprint problem. She starts, like, her gears are turning. Ah, that's it. So she hands each of you a sticky note. I need you to go to these places, and here's some money. She hands you each, like, a couple $100,000. And says, that's how much it's going to cost for each of those parts. This should stabilize her AI inner mechanisms to help her from keep forgetting. Temporarily, at least. But this is just some leftover funds from Grandma and Grandpa, just to, if you're wondering, big bro. But I need each of you to go to these locations. And it should cover the plane flights.
Alright. Alright, I guess I'm booking a plane flight tonight.
Yeah, good luck and stuff. Oh, it's in New York, okay? And say Dusty sent you. I'm gonna see what I can do about seeing if there's any textbooks in here that I can try to at least do some transcribing for now. Or at least try and re-replicate the formula. She starts scooping up some of the broken vial. I'll try and reconstruct it from backwards again, see if I can backwards construct it. I'm so sorry, big bro. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah, okay. So basically we have to go on a scavenger hunt. We don't know exactly where to find what we're looking for, right?
She gave you some instructions of where to go. The slums of New York in a specific town on a specific place called the repair shop of the future.
Basically what I'm asking is whether or not we should pull out the Bloodhound.
The Bloodhound could come in handy. Let's put it like that.
All in favor of pulling out the Bloodhound?
Who's Bloodhound?
Thor.
Thor.
Okay.
He's got a good nose.
You know, why not?
Alright, Thor companies for this quest. Obviously you get your text message because preemptively you sent him a message for some odd reason, and he's just like, woof, I'm here. I managed to convince Watchmen not to yell at me if I leave. Where are we going? Woof.
Walkies.
New York.
Jewel pulls off some shades he's totally wearing right now and is like, we're going on a hunt.
You should just start going for walkies.
To be continued.
Oh boy, woof. It can be a to continue because we're all at that time of the night. Does anyone want to continue?
I'd say this is a decent place to leave it because we've got this quest to pick up on, and then after this, we've got the examination.
That's right.
So
All right.
I'd say this is a decent place to leave it. Anyone else disagree?
I
That's fine.
don't.
Okay, perfect. I think that is a good place to stop it. So, again, everyone, we'll cut the stream here. Thanks for everyone watching again. But let's go through the final things for leveling up.